Jamar Chase still not practicing. We've got to talk about that. We've got to talk about the projections for running backs 2024 season long projections from Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty, where you can do your season long projections. Not every state you can do the season long ones on. Hit that link that's in the live chat. I just pinned it. We're going to be talking about my hires and lowers on Underdog projections for RBs. This will help you even if you can't play that particular product on Underdog. It'll help you trade, acquire, trade away, whatever. Trade advice coming from this segment here in a second. Jamar Chase, we'll talk about that. Don't draft him, but trade for him. And what that means, we did a whole video on it, but I'll touch on it. All these player pieces here, news-wise, the Fantasy Football Show. The higher low running back pick'em show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday,
8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
So we're going to get to this segment right here in just a second. Let me show you a little peek at this. Bijan Robinson, 7.5 touchdowns higher. Barkley, 7.5 touchdowns higher. Pacheco, 6.5 touchdowns higher. Breece Hall, 7.5 touchdowns higher. Kyron Williams, I love the touchdown line for him, but 975 rushing, crazy. Jahmyr Gibbs, 900 rushing, crazy. Achane, 7.5, absolutely ludicrous. We'll get to that stuff in a second. Those are all smashes, but let's get to the news real quick. This man, Jamar Chase, not seen practicing, but at practice in his street clothes. This was the earlier report that I posted where you could see this man on the field, hat on, sunglasses on, jersey on, but no pads, sitting there watching practice. And this coming from his head coach. We'll just take it day by day when asked if Jamar would be suiting up for week number 1. We're getting close to a point where we just don't know if this is going to happen for week 1. And you got to ask yourself if you're willing to take the risk drafting him. Do you draft him? I say you don't unless he falls to like the middle of the second round or the top of round 2. I mean, I'm okay with that. But assuming you're drafting with a bunch of people that know what they're doing, he's going to still go in the first round. So take him in round 2, yes. Draft him outside of 12 overall, certainly. Trade for him, 100%. Trade for this man, because guess what? If somebody has drafted him weeks ago, they're literally panicking. They're a panic Peter. You can take advantage of trades. Better to trade for him in existing leagues. Avoid drafting him in leagues where you're going to start drafting in a few minutes, moments, hours, days, whatever. Take those leagues. Take advantage of those leagues in terms of getting safer players, and go rip off your fellow man that has this man, Jamar Chase, and is freaking out. Ziggy, show me the front door. We got a delivery coming. I don't know if it's here yet. Let's see if the delivery is here. Ziggy, tell me if we got a delivery. We may or may not have the delivery here yet. I'll have to check. Is that the Amazon driver? It might be. Ziggy off. We'll have to keep tabs on that delivery. It could be a very important delivery for the show. So Jamar Chase looking on, and then there's another image of Jamar right here. This is coming from around the NFL. Bengals continue to take Jamar Chase's status day by day as the wide receiver sits out practice again. And there's no new news. I'll stay on top of Twitter. I'll refresh X as the stream moves along. I wanted to also tell you that Tyreek Hill, thumb, will practice on Monday. That's great news. Kind of concerning that it's taken this long. Clearly, there's more of an issue than we're being told about. But I don't think it's something that's going to keep me away from drafting him if I'm drafting 1, 2, or 3 overall in a draft, let's say tonight or tomorrow. Jaylen Warren looks like he's good to go for week 1. Practice on Monday and is expected to play week 1 against the Falcons. That's fantastic news. Jerome Ford, Team reporter says Jerome Ford is poised to have another strong season as the feature back role. This is kind of interesting that people don't realize he's the starter. He's one of the better values in fantasy in terms of the later players that you grab. This is not really somebody that you're taking in a position where you're drafting heavy RB, and he's one of them. He's more of your light running back shopping material pieces that you could put in place with a hero RB or even a zero RB approach. He's a moon man for a reason.
The moon men dropping loads in outer space.
Space Moon says,
I don't know what's going on in my shirt. What is going on? I got the spot on my shirt. It's gone. Okay. There was like a spot on my shirt. I couldn't find it. I knocked it off. I don't know. It's bothering me. By the way, this man right here, you know what the definition of a lionheart is? The definition of a lionheart, a person of exceptional courage and bravery. You're looking at a lionheart right here. Does anybody know who this is? Does anybody know who this is? This man right here with the lion hair, who's replacing the law dog as the league's #1 lion. This guy's name is Carson Steele. And the reason we're talking about Carson Steele is we have, so Jerome Ford, excellent flex play all year long. Excellent deep running back too if you're like starving for an RB. Carson Steele is, I get P. Ryan's there in KC now. But the Chiefs have played Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the reserve NFI list. This guy is not going to help you for quite some time. He's not the backup, and he can't stay healthy. He just can't. So I'm going to even delete his message from the screen. We don't need to talk about CH right now. A once beloved man of the show. Absolute busted on the entire fantasy football world. Probably one of the bigger busts in all of fantasy football was Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Guy got drafted at the bottom of round 1 in the NFL draft. Started getting drafted immediately in the top 12. I was included in that fiasco, and he absolutely busted. He can't stay healthy, and this guy Carson Steele is making waves. And he's a lionheart. He's the lionheart of the channel. The video's incoming. I just see him doing something, like if it's not the middle of the year, the end of the year, I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be mid-season, and I'm not trying to project that our boy Pacheco's going down hardcore or anything. I don't really want to play that game. I know it's hard to talk up somebody like this without talking down somebody that's ahead of him, but I'm just, cuff him. You know, if there's a world where Pacheco goes absolutely bananas and he gets injured, guess who's going in to play bananas as well? This guy right here, the Lionheart, and the Lionheart is soon to have his own video drop on this channel, and I guarantee you someone's going to jump right in and grab the sponsorship spot for this guy, the $100 hauler. Someone's going to want to be on the Lionheart video. The Lionheart video is going to be fire. It's coming. The glorious Mang that is Carson Steele. So CEH injured. Carson's the cuff for right now. I mean, you could say P. Ryan, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Hollywood Brown reports that Brown's shoulder could return for week number 2. That's good news. That's fantastic news. We got Jalen Warren news out of the way. Ricky Pearsall is on the non-football injury list, making him ineligible for the first 4 games of the season, so he will miss 4 games. Ricky's story, as I said, God, when I said that, I remember I said, I don't know what. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Call it a premonition. Call it Smitty going to the mountaintops for a reading. You know, getting the message sent to him in the hills. You know, I just knew that Carson Wentz would have a big story this year. I didn't think it would go the way it's gone so far. Did I say Carson Wentz? I'm thinking Carson Steele, Ricky Pearsall. I think I said Carson Wentz. Did I say Carson Wentz? Raise your hand if I said Carson Wentz. Ricky Pearsall. Something tells me Ricky Pearsall's story it was going to be a wild one. I just didn't think when I said that it was going to be this route. but he's going on the NFI for 4 weeks, Ricky Pearsall, and I don't know what's in store for his future. If injury strikes, comeback, in-season comeback player of the year. You know, that kind of storyline looks like it's still in the cards for him. Like I said from the beginning, his story seems like it won't be starting next year. It's going to start this year, so we'll see. Prayers up for Ricky. Rico Dowdle, this is The Athletic reporting. Everyone's saying, did you hear that Dowdle's a starter? Did you hear Dowdle is named the starter? You guys got to stop taking one. I'm not saying he isn't, but you got to stop taking one reporter's words as if it's law, as if it's scripture. And Rico Dowdle, according to Todd Archer, I'm not saying Archer's wrong, believes that Rico Dowdle is the favorite to lead the Cowboys in carries. He didn't say he's the bona fide starter. Nobody else said this but Todd Archer. And everybody's DMing me and calling into the show last show. And did you hear, now that Rico's the starter, what are you doing? What are you guys doing? I'm trading Rico on the high the moment I can. Trade him for this guy. Trade Rico straight up for Jerome Ford. Thank me later. Lionheart. A person of exceptional courage and bravery is this man right here. The Lionheart. Doing it live. And Ian is somebody with exceptional bravery as well. Ian, are you out there? Ian, are you there? Can somebody tell me if Ian Atwell's here? He dropped a $19.99 super chat when I already ended the show. That's brave. That is brave. Ian asking advice when Smitty's already gone. That is an unbelievably brave thing, and I commend it. And here I am, answering his question. So, Ian, if you're out there, please shout out yourself. 10-team PPR QBs, Allen, Kincaid. Running backs are Kyron and Brees, London, Higgins, Reed, McLaurin, Corum, BT, Dowdle. You're a perfect candidate. Trade Dowdle and Deontay for one better player. Trade Dowdle and Higgins for one better player. Trade Reed and Dowdle for one better player. Dowdle will do anything, so get rid of him. I'm not saying that he's going to be a bust, totally, but his cost of entry is going to climb, so I'm not going to be drafting him. And his value is so high, I'll bank on the fact that this is still a two-headed monster. They brought Zeke in for a reason, not saying he succeeds, but Dowdle has, 300 yards to his name, and people are acting like just because the opportunity's there that he's going to tear it up. I'm not saying he is a bust. I'm not saying he doesn't look like McLaughlin and give you McLaughlin-type numbers, which is like borderline flex. You're in a bye week situation. I like that. But Dowdle could be packaged with Deontay. Dowdle can be packaged with Higgins for a much bigger, safer player. So that's why I'm going to say go in that direction. We're going to go over to these in a second. So hang tight. I'm going to hit these super chats that are on the screen right this very second. It shocks me when people are like, you don't like Dowdle? Like there's a couple comments. Why do you like Dowdle? why are you doubting Dowdle? Why Dowdle? Dowdle do anything, but why are you doubting Dowdle, Smitty? I mean, he's starter. Didn't you hear the Athletic say he expects him to be the lead back in the offense there in Dallas, where they got, I don't know, it's a little bit of a scary run back situation. Little scary running back situation, Smitty. Can't believe you don't like Dowdle. He's looking fantastic right now. Ryan with the $20 hauler. Let Ryan cook, please.
Let him cook.
Any $50 haulers get drone flights, just so you know. Need a good wide receiver one. Tried Waddle and Dowdle for an upgrade. Should I give up Ford? Waddle and Dowdle for an upgrade. Should you give up Ford? What moves to make? I don't want to give up Ford, as I just, alluded to. I'd rather give up Dowdle. Love, B. Hall, Gibbs, Waddle, McLaurin, Kincaid, Watson, benches, Neighbors, Ford. I would trade Ford and Waddle for a monster, but Waddle's near second round value. So, I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm selling that. But, I don't know if you're getting a St. Brown or a Jamar Chase. Absolutely, I give up Ford. And that's a guy I really love in Ford. But I think you got a good opportunity here to trade away either McLaurin or Neighbors with Ford, or McLaurin and Neighbors with Dowdle. I would trade Dowdle and Neighbors. Oh, you got Hollywood too. Dowdle and McLaurin, or Dowdle and Neighbors for one big monster, bro. One big monster. Whether it's I would rather it be a wide receiver, given that you'd be trading your number one. Or if you traded McLaurin, you could put Watson into your lineup if you ever need a wide receiver 3. If you do start, or if it's your flex, then this player could be your flex. You know what I mean? I'm not scared to go playing the game of thinning out the wide receiver room and getting a beefier flex that's an RB, assuming you get like an Achane or a Kyron using Neighbors and Dowdle. If you get somebody along the lines of a Cooper Kupp, then perfect. That's probably the guys I'm going attacking, Ryan. Those are pretty easy calls for me. Joey, $5 hauler. Smitty, what moves do I make? Mahomes, Taylor, Aaron Jones. Get rid of Aaron Jones. Puka, London, Javonte, Deontay and Aaron Jones for. Let's pull up some rankings and let me spit off some names, because I think that you got to make a move. You got to make a move. There's no question about it. I would be a petrified Peter that the Deontay Johnson value is going to soon plummet on you, and you're going to be stuck, not able to get rid of him at a very high cost, a very reasonable cost right now, a cost that makes me happy and smile ear to ear that I can ship this man off. Running back rankings. Here we go. Let's pull up the RBs. So we're going to trade Deontay and Aaron Jones for a running back like Kamara. Honestly, I'd take Mostert. Jacobs, obviously. Walker. Rashad White. Monty. Obviously, everything above that. Wide receiver. Deontay and... what did we say? Aaron Jones? Deontay and Aaron Jones for, obviously, Cups and Devontae Smiths and Tank Dell. Aaron Jones and Deontay for Tank Dell. Smash. McLaurin, potentially. Rashee Rice. Smash. This one's from Maximum. Mahomes, Bijan, Zamir, Singletary, Olave, Coleman, Higgins, Laporta, 8 rounds into the 14-man draft. I like your team. The problem I have with the team is that you've got Zamir. I like him, but he's questionable. You know, he's got questionable value, and then you couple it with Olave. He's got questionable value. I like both of them individually, like standalone. And then you got Higgins, who, you know, Chase comes back. It's like, you know, I understand he's going to have a good year, but so I don't know. A lot of that together makes it seem like maybe we did a little bit too much hoping that we're going to grab some hopefuls, you know. The band of hopefuls here. I don't know that you could trade any of those guys on the high, though. I don't think you could try and trade Higgins maybe with a bench player. Zamir and Higgins together for one player like Cooper Kupp, Debo, Nico, Drake London, Marvin Harrison Jr., even a Malik Neighbors, to be honest with you. I would trade... now Higgins, you need more than that. Cooper Kupp is about the bottom of the line. Debo, Cooper Kupp, and then I might draw the line. Maybe DK. Higgins and Zamir for DK. Problem is, you do this, who's your... You didn't post the rest of your running backs in your bench, so I don't really know. The fact that you listed Singletary makes me feel like you don't have another single solitary running back on this roster. But you didn't give me much, so I'm assuming. Oh, you're in eighth round. I'm sorry. My bad. 8th round. You're in the 8th round. Shoot, bro. Singletary. How'd you draft Singletary? Yeah, he's still drafting. I saw that, Charles. Damn, bro. Make sure you're getting like Chase Brown and Zach Moss. That way you have the flexibility. I don't even know if they're left at this point. 8th round, I don't know. 8th round, I've seen Chase Brown go in the 10th round. I've seen him go in the 7th round. I've seen him go in the 6th round. I don't even know that you left yourself any options. Mostert's probably gone, so you can't grab Mostert and Wright. Connor is going in the 70 to 80 range. So I have no idea if you've got an opportunity to even cuff anybody. Jonathan Brooks, maybe, and then Chuba Hubbard, and then you have the flexibility to get rid of Zimmy. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to get out of this one. I think we need to see your final roster. You got to give me a list of players. Like, can you give me give me another message? You don't have to super chat it. I'll look for it. If you want, you can super chat it. Tell me the top, I don't know, top 10 players at wide receiver and at running back. Devin Singletary is a smash, says Shoddy. No, he's not. Or Shot Boy, whatever your name is. Give me the top 10 running backs, top 10 wide receivers. Let's see if we can get you a safer running back stable or a way to trade out of it. 14 teams are tough, though, but I don't know, man. I'm not liking this so far. Appreciate you, Max. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry I didn't read that message clearly. My brain is fried right now. Trader Deontay Johnson. Trade Deontay Johnson, I think you mean, and Trey McBride for Ferguson and DJ Moore. So I told him, because he's got Christian Watson on his bench, I don't know that DJ Moore is as big of an upgrade as I would like for him in his lineup to make this McBride drop. So, chat, knowing he's got Christian Watson on the bench, does he trade McBride or trade McBride for Ferguson and DJ Moore? If he's got Watson that he can put in instead of DJ Moore, does he trade McBride for Ferguson and DJ Moore? Vote in the chat for Mark Cleveland, please. Let's help out our boy Mark. Adam with a $10 hauler. Let me put this over here. And let me fix the alerts. I don't know why they're not going off. Damn it. Come on, alerts. There we go. That should fix them. $10 hauler, 10-team non-PPR. Mahomes, Richardson, Knicks, running back, Kyron, Henry, Swift, McLaughlin, Algier, Wilson, Dell, Cooper, McBride, Sinnott. If this is a 1 QB, I don't see super flex anywhere. You got to trade one of those quarterbacks, bro. And Kyron and Henry are solid. I like this. This is obviously a dynasty because you have a 25 first rounder involved. It's a good team. It's 10 man though, but I would get rid of Henry before the wheels fall off. And if you can't get something decent, and it's gonna be hard to sell him. I'm trying to trade Swift. I love Garrett Wilson and Dell. I trade Amari Cooper and Swift for one player. Jacobs, Pacheco, Swift and Cooper can get you maybe. I'd even be tempted to trade Amari Cooper for Cooper Kupp. And if you got to give up a little bit, I do it because honestly, Amari Cooper is an old man himself, but I think he's perceived to be a lot younger. People are fearing Cooper Kupp's drop off. I'd rather Cooper Kupp for 1.5 years than Amari Cooper for 3 years. So that would be a move. That would be fantastic. And you win a championship. Viral Clips, appreciate you. Should I trade away Achane and Dell for CD Lamb? I would not. I'd rather have Achane and Dell over CD Lamb personally. But it's pretty close, and if you were to make that move with like Jamar Chase, I would like it. Or CMC, where there's some injury risk or whatever. Lamb chops. Let me go back to that one real quick. Viral. Yeah, like if I had Jamar Chase, I was trying to say it the other way, I would trade him away for Achane and Dell. CeeDee Lamb, I'd probably trade him away for Achane and Dell, but it's a lot tougher. So the fact that you're on the other side of this, trade away Achane and Dell for CD, it's very tempting, but I wouldn't do it. But just giving you the example that Jamar Chase makes it like a much different conversation because I feel like he could get hurt. CMC, I feel like he could get hurt. How and where the grilled kebab? How were the grilled kebabs? They were very, very good. We grilled some steak kebabs. They were pretty damn good. Appreciate you. Thank you. Hot out though. God, I almost didn't even need to turn the grill on. Arizona's just so hot outside. The grill's burning. Walker for Aaron Jones and Javonte. If you like losing, don't trade Walker for Aaron Jones and Javonte, bro. Would have Walker in all 4 leagues. Well, that's not Walker's fault. Don't take it out on him. And there's no, like, especially in your Dynasty league, don't trade him. But no, have Bijan, Zamir, and Brooks if Ron Navy accepts. Do not do that trade. And if Ron's watching, I'm sorry if I just kiboshed your trade. But Walker for Aaron Jones and Javonte. What are we doing, bro? Overcome. I've trained you better than this. Ron, you better hit accept fast. Smitty, can you rate my team? 10 PPR. QBs are Mahomes, JD 5, Henry, Jacobs, St. Brown, McLaurin, Rashee Rice. Love the team. McBride. Trade Ferguson and maybe Henry for a slight upgrade. Ferguson and Spears for a slight upgrade. Chase Brown and Ferguson for a slight upgrade. Can't upgrade your tight end. Can't upgrade your quarterback. Can't upgrade your wide receiver 1. Can't upgrade your running back 2. Love Jacobs, so I'm upgrading Henry using Ferguson. Hell, I'd even throw in Spears and Henry and Ferguson to get a monster RB. But Henry and Ferguson should get you Kyron or Achane, bro. Pretty easily. Chris O'Connor. $10 hauler.
To Mars.
Appreciate you, bro, with the 10 wad. 12 team full PPR, 6 points per TD pass. JD5 Gino, wide receivers Chase, MHJ Neighbors, Dell. Love your receivers. If you can start all of them, then I don't necessarily trade them. But I think, hold on, Travis is a Mars man. He gets a breakthrough. Phone lines aren't open yet, but Travis, you're a Mars man, so you can break through real quick. Is there something going on?
Yeah, I got a draft starting in a couple minutes. I just had a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have the 7 pick. If that comes up and you're not suggesting draft Chase in the first round, just only if he falls to the second.
I mean, I don't think I would let him. I'd let him fall to like 10, 11, 12. I think I'd take him in a millisecond at the 2.1 as my second player, or if I'm at the 12, 13, it doesn't matter. But I don't think I could take him over Hall, over AJ Brown, honestly, probably over like Gibbs. I'd take Gibbs probably over Chase. So.
Well, yeah, I was kind of thinking, maybe Gibbs. What about like JT? Because like at the 7 range for ADP, it's like Jefferson,
I don't hate it.
St. Brown, JT.
If you don't have any leagues, with it, I'm fine with it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'd do it in one league. JT. I don't have enough JT. Just because I like those other players so much more. I do like those players more. I draft Gibbs in a vacuum over JT every time, but I don't mind. I should have explored maybe one JT. Maybe in best ball I have JT, but I don't have any JT in best ball.
Yeah, I don't have any JT or Gibbs actually, so I guess I could go either way. So
I personally like Gibbs, but all right, later.
Thanks, bye.
Mike, appreciate you. I got your super chats. I'm putting them on screen here. I'm going to answer them in order in which they were received. Iceman, appreciate you. Myra, appreciate you. And Joseph, appreciate you. So let me get these super chats out. Last phone call. This is from another Mars man. Then I'm going to minimize the phone lines because I got to get through these. Rock out. You got 30 seconds. You're a Mars man. You broke through. What can I do for you?
Yeah, at the 101, who you like, the running backs or Lamb?
I mean, I've definitely hit this a lot. I think it just comes down to rock out as the video I put up shows, and as I say all the time, like, what are you getting away with in round 2? Because if you think you're gonna get screwed out of RB, I'm taking Bijan every time, because then I get Cooper Kupp in a worst case scenario. But if you're gonna get Achane or Kyren or Barkley in round 2, which is harder to do with the higher first round pick, then I'm going to take Lamb or Hill, probably Hill. More, I like Lamb and Hill about even right now. And I know Lamb held out as well, and I should be just as worried about injury, but I'm kind of not for whatever reason. I think Chase is a much bigger injury risk. But yeah, bro, I mean, it depends on you. I can't answer that question for you. Only you know your league better than I do. And if you don't know your league, then I would lean on the side of caution and go Bijan personally and go Cooper Kupp in round 2. I love Lamb, but if I'm left with forcing my RBs, I'm not going to like my team.
Yeah, I hear you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so just take a look at your, I mean, do you think you're going to get a Kyren or Achane in the second?
I don't know. This is a new league I'm in.
Okay, well, I don't know, man. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
You can't really go wrong, you know. With in the first round, at least, with either one of them, it's just a matter of what it does to round 2, and you got to stay the course in round 2. If best player available, like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of a worst case scenario for if you go, let's say you go Hill, and you get down to 2. I mean, if ETN's there, I guess I'm okay with that. I mean, he's running back 4 last year, but I'd much rather have Bijan and Kupp than have Lamb. I think Lamb and ETN, but that's about as good as it could get, I think. Like Lamb, ETN, and like a Josh Allen, I would smash the hell out of that 3 if I got put in that position. But would I rather have Bijan, Kupp, and Josh Allen? Probably.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, let us know what happens. Later. All right. Okay. Super chats are here. I got to get through these. Real quickly, let me go over to the high lows, and then I'll get to the super chats. This is on Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. The link I'm going to pin in the live chat right now so you guys can enjoy the Underdog Fantasy higher lows pick'ems for the season if you have the ability to do so. I drove to California, across the border, and made my pick'em picks, and then came back. And I had a blast. I did a live stream on it. You can go watch it. But when I saw these, I like a 7.5 Bijan. I said to myself, 7.5, is it missing a 1? This should be a 17.5 touchdowns higher, maybe, right? Bijan to the freaking moon.
Hi, my name is Bijan Robinson. I like long walks on the beach. And, well, I also like scoring.
I mean, just an absolute freaking smash. Higher, hit that higher all day long. Barkley, 7.5. Let's smash. What do you do for a living? I smash hires for a living is what I do. Isaiah Pacheco, 6.5. Smash. 6.5? Did they just want us to take their money? Does Underdog just say, come take our money? 6.5? If you don't think Pacheco's scoring 7 touchdowns, I don't know what to tell you. He could play 10 games and hit 7 touchdowns. So Pacheco, Barkley 7.5. Unless he gets injured, he's smashing the hell out of 7.5. Breece Hall, 7.5 touchdowns rushing. Higher.
Breece Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Breece. He does a hell of a job.
a hell of a job.
Brees Hall, please report to the moon.
Kita sakali ba, Jot?
Get breached.
Jeez, these are just unbelievable. Pacheco, Barkley, Kyron. Kyron, come on. Come on. And, you know, if it wasn't the touchdown Kyron Williams hire that I loved, it was going to be this one. Let me see if I could even find the other one. The Kyron touchdown hire. Let's see if I can find the touchdowns. This one's unbelievable. 975. I know I've got his touchdown hire somewhere. I might have to pull it up on another. Yeah, I don't think I have it on my screen, but I think the Kyron touchdown is something along the lines of the same number, like 7. 975. Kyron's going to rush for 975.5 yards by like week 8. The higher. Smash it, Kyron. Do it live.
He's Kyron. He's 7 feet tall. And he knows how to handle a ball. He's Kyron. He can take frowns and turn them upside down with his touchdowns.
Just a smash. Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, this is quite a number. I think they meant to put a 1 in there. I think the intern over at Underdog was like 1,900 yards. That's going to be a tough one to decide which way. Typo. 900 yards higher. Oh my God. But the continuum of the gigawatt component structure of Jahmyr Gibbs' workload divide has a megawatt offload that if you compartmentalize the component conjunction timekeeper and you flux capacitor out the continuum component megavolt, things just end up happening. And that's why Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 5 to 10 running back instead of top 6 to 10.
Got him.
I mean, what more can I do? Devon Achane, 7.5 touchdowns, really? And that's even a scorcher. It's not even a higher 1 times. It's a 1.05 times scorcher. So, guys, if you're not doing pick'ems on Underdog, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Not only do you get a free pick, you get a 50% match on your first deposit. A 50%, that means you drop $1,000 to give you 500. You drop 2,000, they give you 1. The minimum's only $10. And also you get this free pick. Travis Kelce, 0.5 yards. That means he just needs 1 yard is what that means. He gets 1 yard, you win this particular pick that you can couple with a bunch of other picks on the same contest. So hit the link, do it live. You only have to do $10 minimum. They'll give you $5 if you do it because they give you a 50% match on your first deposit. Go try it. Link is pinned in the live chat. Code Smitty, as you can see up above here and down here. Code Smitty gets it done as well. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate you. Anthony says my website is goated for drafts. For anybody who doesn't know, I have thefantasyfootballshow.com, which is my year-round content site, articles, trade calculators, bold predictions, video courses. The video course section is going to be off the hook next year. I admit I didn't do as good of a job getting courses up this year. There's definitely a nice handful of courses, but I want like 100 courses on there. So get ready for that, thefantasyfootballshow.com. I've had the site, the names, I've changed the domain name as I've rebranded to the Fantasy Football Show from, having 2 different brands and such over the years, but the fantasyfootballshow.com has really been there for like 24 years, essentially. So I've been doing it longer than almost anybody in the business. So the trade calculators, I got into the business in 2003 to invent the trade calculator because it wasn't out there, not the instant-based trade calculator. They had like programs you could download to your computer, enter in your team, enter in everybody's rosters, have it analyze, suggested trade or something like that through entering all your scoring. I was like sitting there in 2003 going, there's no like instant based trade calculator or any trade calculator at all in the fantasy industry that I could find. And I said, I'm going to come in and invent it. That's how I got into the business. I was like, if I'm a consumer and I don't see something, I want to go make it. And that's how I got into the industry. I went on radio at the same time, started dropping bold predictions on NBC Sports Radio. We did that for 23 straight years on NBC Sports Radio. Started dropping the bold predictions on there. Nobody did bold predictions back then either. People were scared to make bold statements about players that had never taken a snap in the NFL. Like, that was blasphemy. I was very ostracized in some ways in the industry. I always have been a lone wolf in the industry. That's why we call ourselves the lone wolves here. But you don't see a lot of people wanting to mingle with me. They don't want to mingle with me. I'm some roughneck. I'm some crazy wild man that screams and yells and no one wants to associate with me. That's fine. I've always been a lone wolf. I don't really care. But when I got into the business and I started saying Adrian Peterson before he takes a snap is going to be the number one running back in fantasy football, everyone's like, you can't say that. He hasn't taken a snap yet. Yeah, I can say it, and I did. And that's how I've been the entire time I've been in the industry. And it hasn't gone over so well with everybody, apparently. But we don't care. Where are we at? HN, 7.5 rushing touchdowns. Are you kidding me?
HN. HN is the man. His haters call him small.
But he is 9 feet tall.
HN is the man.
What disrespect. What disrespect right here. I feel like calling my boys at Underdog and just being like, what are we doing here? Like, what if you saw this man on the street? Are you going to explain to him that you set a 7.5 higher, lower number for him on Underdog, on Pick'ems? Are you going to look Kyron Williams in the face if he ever comes on the show and says, hey, what, 975? 975? The disrespect to these three gentlemen alone is wild to me. And the fact that we can make money on it is even wilder to me. Higher, Kyron, 975 rushing. Higher, Gibbs, 900 rushing. Devon Achane, higher, 7.5 tutties. Bijan, 7.5 touchdowns. He'll do that in an evening. Barkley, 7.5, cakewalk. Pacheco, 6.5. Did he offend your mothers? Did some of these guys offend your ma's? Did they try the meatloaf and say, this is the worst meatloaf I've ever had? Whose mother was offended here? Because I don't know what in the hell's going on here. These look like smashes. I feel like I've got the Gray's Book Sports Almanac, and I'm sitting here with Biff Tannen trying to convince Biff to drop wads on this right here. Smash.
You've just been Smitty approved.
How many supernovas are on this screen? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 supernovas on one screen.
There are handfuls of Saturn, Mars, and Moon men, but only 8 can be supernovas. I give you the 8 best picks in fantasy football.
They are the 8 supernovas. They are the 8 supernovas. The hateful 8 supernovas. I'm looking at the 8 supernovas. the magnificent eight.
Liftoff of mission 41B, the first flight of the orbiter Discovery.
Yeah, I might be a little harsh, saying all this, like who, if any, who, but let's also give Underdog a lap, for sure. But let's give him a standing ovation for allowing us to see lines like this. So appreciate everybody over at Underdog making this happen right here. This is fantastic. Coach Smitty, support Underdog. They're a sponsor here. I love Underdog to death. They're absolutely amazing to me and to all of you, clearly. So do it live. Let's get on over to the super chats that have been kind of piling up on screen. Did I have anything over on this screen that I dragged over? No, we did it. Help Ian. Ian, at the top of the show, I helped you with that. Make sure if Ian here. Does anyone know if Ian's here? Chris with a $10 hauler, 12-man full PPR, 6 points per rushing. QBs are JD5 Gino, Jamar Chase, MHJ Neighbors, Walker, Chase Brown, Benson, tight ends Kincaid, Bowers. What's the move? Upgrade. Love the content, boss. Thank you. Appreciate you. I think, it's always an opportunity to upgrade JD5, but I still also at the same time love having him as my starter because you can take that low-key approach and smash with it. But I think, if I'm using anything, it's to upgrade the RB room a touch, maybe. But the problem is you don't have, I think you've got to take this team into week 1, bro. Because I don't want you trading anybody on the low. Neighbors, you'd be selling them a little low. Dell, you don't want to sell them low. Coleman, you got to let him, go ball out. Jamar Chase is your wide receiver. You gotta hold that. Don't be the panic Peter. That's what the whole show was about earlier. Don't be the guy that's selling them off. I think you have no choice. There's nobody here you could sell high, unfortunately, yet. But I think you'll have a lot of opportunity to flip like a Chase or a Walker if you even want to. They might be balling out using a Benson or a Dobbins or a Bowers. Bowers and, part of me wonders if you could trade Jamar Chase and Bowers because you've got Kincaid for a one-player safer move, like going and getting Lamb or something like that. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of there. And if you take Bowers and maybe try and upgrade like Walker or Chase Brown slightly, but I'm almost intrigued to let you see how they play because I like them a lot. They're on the breakout list, So I'm gonna say stand down. Thank you for the
2 more.
Alert. Stand down order.
Stand down in effect. I think it's important that you stand down and wait. Your team's too good. You got too many great people to jump on right yet. 500 people in here. 128 thumbs up. Can we get those numbers more so to match? Rate my 10-man team. Mahomes, Goff, Kyron, Jacobs. Love the running stable. I don't see Corum. Where in the hell's Corum? DF Lion. I'd give you without even looking at the rest of the team, I'm pretty sure I'm going to give you like an 8.0. But if I don't see Corum, you might get knocked down to a 7.9 just for not having him. Chase Brown and Warren, I love the running stable, but Wilson, DK, Tank, love it. Deontay, trade Deontay for I hate trading Coleman. I'm assuming this is redraft. I hate trading Coleman, but you got to go get Corum. You might have to wait a week or I don't know, Corum or Deontay would give up in a millisecond. You got to do something. You can't have it sit like this. But this is a 7.9. You just got to go get the best cuff situation in fantasy football 2024, which is Kyron and Corum. And this is not to say Corum's taking Kyron's job. Corum's getting coffee for Kyron until further notice. But Kyron runs harder than anybody in the league, so starting a couple games is not out of the question for Corum. Start at flex. Dell, Keon, or Ford. I'm going to go probably... Phone lines aren't open yet, Rogan. Rogan, no. Okay, K Woods, start at flex. Dell, Keon, or Ford. I'm going to go Dell. But Ford is very intriguing in that spot. Wave Runner, appreciate you with a $5 hauler. 12-man full PPR, AR5, JD5, CMC, HN. Love the team. Nico, Neighbors, Pickens. I'm tempted to say, bro, give me... You got McBride, too. Give me a CMC for Kyron and, like... a Dell type or something. Kyron and Rasheed. Oh, you got, Kyron and Rasheed Rice. You know what I mean? Like something like that. But that's me. You want to ride CMC into the sunset? Go ahead. I don't hate it, and I probably would tell you based on this team right here, unless you're moving you're not moving any of this. Jalen Wright, no, you can't move any of this. There's nothing you can do. You need to wait on Neighbors. You need to probably wait on Pickens, Nico. I think a lot of these guys need to solidify. So I'm going to say, unless you're taking CMC and turning him into a DK and Kyron, or Adele and Kyron at the very least, we got a delivery. Let me go get that package. We got a delivery here. I'm going to look for my $20 super chats. I think we got a couple of them in here that I need to help immediate assistance for. Javi with a $20 hauler. Javi, appreciate you. I'm coming for you, pal. On that note, let me just see here. We got a delivery. I don't know if this is going to work. But we're going to try it out. Your boy had a premonition last night. I thought to myself, we don't have the appropriate... We don't have the appropriate way to celebrate $20 haulers. We got drone flights. We've got ways to celebrate the bigger stuff, but what about the $20 haulers? I give you the new $20 hauler celebration. Javi dropping a 20 watt on screen. Javi to the mother flipping moon.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
Oh, wow. Wow. That was powerful. The 20, I give you the $20 blower.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
I'm feeling pretty good about that investment. Hey, Smitty. Got my draft tonight. 12-man, full PPR, 3 wide receivers, 1 flex. Do I reach for Achane in the second round? Reaching for Achane, there's no such thing as reaching for Achane in the second round. I don't care what his ADP is. People are going to get cute, bro. I've had HN snipe from me so many times. Definitely not even concerned about it at all. Smash the hell out of that. Don't even hesitate. HN to the mother flipping moon. All right, I think I got the $20 howlers out of the way. Mahomes, Bijan, Kyren Wilson from a trade. Mahomes, Bijan, Kyren, Debo, Ferguson, Rice, Dell, Kirk, and Jigba. Very good team, bro. Any needs? Not really. Kirk and somebody, like Kirk and maybe... I don't... no, you're nothing. You're waiting on that team. Kirk I would trade, but like, who you upgrading? So I think I'm just going to wait on that. Unless you can trade Kirk for like an RB. Then I'm interested. Okay. Lion, appreciate you. Rate my team. I think I did this one already. Did I? This is Lion. Mahomes, Goff, Kyren, Jacobs, Zamir. Yeah, I did that one. There's no quorum. So it's a good team. You get quorum, and I'm going to give you an 8.0. Having trust issues drafting Kyren and HN. Am I crazy? I mean, you got to answer that for yourself, bro. $10 hauler here.
Too much.
I don't create all the video I do if I doubt them. You know what I mean? I'm spending countless hours putting supernovas on screen. Money blowers on screen. Smitty, what should my draft strategy be for a first two rounds for a 2 QB league? Go quarterback in round 1, go back to normal non-quarterback drafting for a handful of rounds as best as you can, and then grab, if as long as Cousins doesn't go like in the second or third, he might, Cousins and Penix Jr. If not, I'm very, very high on the Russell Wilson field stack because it's very affordable. People are scared to death of it. And then you grab Penix Jr. on top of that standalone, even if you miss out on Cousins. Not to mention that gives you an opportunity to maybe trade with that Cousins owner, whether you're getting Cousins or not. I'm not opposed to going QB if the right QB falls, but I'm not forcing Staffords or Goffs or anything like that. That's my general strategy for Superflex, no question about it. Myron, $10 hauler.
Too much.
Appreciate you, Myron. Hurts, Brees, Gibbs, JJ, Devonta Smith, Jacobs, and McBride as started also offered Connor and Pittman for Jacobs. Jacobs for me. Don't trade Jacobs. This is a really good team. Brees, Gibbs, Jacobs, JJ. Nothing to even upgrade here. Stand down. Do not make that trade.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you. How's the volume on this? That's not loud. I just want to make sure we're not getting any complaints about that. Sounds too loud, Smitty. I do have a nice little thing of bills, although we might need to crumble them up. Actually, I'd rather crumble up the bad bills. I think if these are in crumbled state, they will shoot out better in crumbled state.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
Man, I'm starting to learn what's the best way to do it. It shoots those bills out when you have them sticking out like that. Yeah, dude, we're figuring it out. Learning on the fly, learning on the go. Trial by fire. Throw me to the fire. I'll figure it out. What's up, Smitty? In Dynasty, would you rather Kyren and Tank Dell or London Kenneth Walker, Kyron, and Tank Dell by a country mile. Currently have, so I'm torn. I'm not torn on that, Iceman. That's easy for me. Chris, appreciate. Just get Quorum. I picked 10th and 11th combo. Should I target? Again. You got to watch my how to draft in round 1 video, which explains basically in a nutshell that depends on what are you going to get in wide receiver territories later. I think you're going to get something amazing if it's a home league and people are sleeping on Dell and Rice and maybe even Debo and Cooper Kupp. So I'm going running back. I love it. I think it lands me a better team 8 times, 9 times out of 10. And so I'm not even scared to go Kyron and Achane there, but Gibbs and Kyron is usually a good go-to for me there in that spot. What moves can you make? Mahomes, Bijan, Gibbs, Ford, Warren, Kupp, Rice, Dell, Worthy, Kincaid. How about you stand down?
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
That's what I would do if I was you. I would stand down and wait it out, because that's a fantastic team. Shining with a $5 hauler says Mahomes, Gibbs, Jacobs, Garrett Wilson, Waddle, Kittle, Dell, bench, B-Rob, Ford, Hopkins, Worthy, T-Law, Samuel. Any changes you'd make? No, not unless I'm taking B-Rob with Waddle and upgrading Waddle into Cooper Kupp, London, MHJ. That type of move. That's probably all I'd look to do. The rest of it is fire, and you could even wait Waddle out, see if he increases value. 100 yards in week 1 or something, you'll have a lot to work with. 10-man Hurts, Pacheco, Cook. I don't mind trading James Cook away. Zeus, I could trade Zeus away. Tyreek, MHJ, Cooper. How about Cooper and Cook for one better player? Cooper and Zeus for one better player. Jacobs, Pacheco type players. You already have Pacheco, but you get my point. Love the team. Very, very good squad. Why am I not high on Cook? Fumbles, the fact that they historically don't run the ball consistently. I love Ray Davis. You could just cuff Ray Davis and kind of leave it if you want. $10 hauler, moonshot.
Two Mars.
$20 haulers get the new money-blowing machine. And Ryan drops a $20 hauler. He says, feed me, Smitty. Feed me. Feed me.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
The thing about doing this is the bills will literally float sometimes for like 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3. It's on the roof. It's still got wind, and it's like 3, 1,000, and then all of a sudden the bill will come down. It's wild. This blower is absolutely powerful like Kyron. Trade AR5 Connor Mostert. Oh no, I'm sorry, Ryan's super chat, $20 hauler. Says you're the man. Appreciate you. Pizzagate. Let's go. AR5 Barkley Gibbs Achane. Phenomenal. AR5. Nico JSM McBride. Okay, so there's some opportunity maybe to upgrade like your wide receiver to equal Nico if you had the bench to do it. You kind of do with Brooks, but you could also wait on that. If you're not going to get the value for a Dunze or Brooks, then I'm not moving anything yet. But JSN with Brooks, JSN with a Dunze, or you just say to yourself, bro, Dunze is going to go grab that job from JSN, and you could even put him in there immediately. JMO as well. I'd be tempted to sit JSN week 1, but that's me. Put in JMO or Dunze. Chat, can you give us a ranking? Dunze, JMO, and JSN. Rank those guys for week 1 for Ryan, please. So Ryan has the best starting players out there. Edward, trade AR5 Connor Mostert for Saquon, Terry, and Shipley. Starters would be JD5. So Connor Mostert. Jeez. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but at the same time, like you're giving him a lot of value, but at the same time you're giving a. I'm gonna take the Saquon Terry side because you have JD5. I do take that side, yes, but it's an awkward trade. You know, it's like you're giving him a ton. Perez, appreciate you. Think I can get away with Purdy for CMC trade? No, I don't. Myra, appreciate you with a $10 hauler.
To Mars.
Not even in his Superflex can you do that. And if that was a Superflex question, this answer is still no. Hey, brother, got the 8-man PPR 1 flex. Hurts, Brees, Gibbs, Jefferson, Devontae Smith, McBride, Jacobs, Terry. Okay, good squad. It's an 8-man, though. Everybody's great. But your team's really good. And is there anything to move? No. I like every single one of your players. I'll rate you an 8.0, even in an 8-man. I can't give you higher than that because everybody's stacked, but that is a really, really strong team. Viral says, what if I also get K9? Viral, I don't know what we're talking about here. Let me go find your first super chat because I have no idea what this is even referring to. In one ear and out the other for me. It's the only way I can operate effectively. Should I trade away HN and Dell for CD? So CD and K9? Of course I would do that one. Yeah. You get K, that's like asking Smitty, should I trade a $20 for, or a $20, should I give away $100 to receive 20? And I'm like, no. And you go, well, what if they threw in, you know, $200? Like that's basically how that conversation went. Larry, did I miss your super chat? No, I think I just got to it, didn't I? Didn't I, Larry? Let me see. Rate my team. Let me see if I got to Larry's. Larry, yours might be in the docket. I don't know, but I can handle both of them right here. There's a load of super chats waiting. Rate my team. 10-man, second pick. Hurts, Stafford, CMC, Mason, Achane, Mostert, Wright. Fantastic. Cup, Devontae Smith, Rice, Worthy. Beautiful. 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10, broski. It's a 10-man league, but I still give it. Execution's perfect in that. You got all the stacks. You got everything covered. And stacking's not vital in every situation, but that's an absolute smash. Nobody is doing it like Smitty. Thank you, Joel. Appreciate you. Your kind words, my friend. You're the man, the myth, the legend. I'm going to try and make it a habit of reading the quick questions like that, you know, as soon as they come in too. Just you know, whatever. The longer ones, need to drop one kicker, Wright, Braylon, Mason, and Ray Davis. You're going to have to drop Ray Davis and then just monitor the hell out of him. And then Mason's the next one you'd have to drop if you needed to. Resent with the final team in the chat. Any moves? Resent. Okay, I'll look. Max. Let's see. Let me see if I can get Max's. There we go. Max, appreciate you. Max says, final team, Smitty, QB, Mahomes, Stafford, Bijan, Zamir, Singletary, Dowdle, Brooks, Algier, Olave, Higgins, Coleman, McConkey, Laporta, Okonkwo. Finally, we got something to work with here. So very, very good squad. Bijan, Zamir, Singletary, Dowdle, Brooks, a lot better. Brooks and Zamir and Dowdle's at least something to work with. And at the end of the day, if you don't, this is a 14-teamer. At the end of the day, if you don't get anything else, like you can hold this and be okay. Brooks will come to the rescue eventually, and Zamir and Dowdle should hold off. But I like this team a lot more now. Very solid squad. I like Coleman. Laporta's fantastic. If this was my team, though, I would try and trade. Personally, as long as you can start, I don't know if you start 3 wide receivers. If you do, maybe you just stand pat for week 1. Let Zamir and Dowdle do their thing. I would be tempted to trade Higgins and Dowdle for one stronger player. Bank on Zamir, wait for Brooks, do it that way. So Higgins to Cup using Dowdle, smash it. London, smash it. MHJ, smash it. That's about where I'm going to draw the line and say walk it into the season and let some guys do their worst. Nor, appreciate you dropping the 20 watt on screen. Let's go. Let's go.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
Only problem is it shoots like 5 bills so quickly, and then literally like 4 seconds later, one might still be floating down. But, if I throw out 4 or 5 bills manually, it seems like it takes longer, right? But when I shoot it out, it's like, I'll figure out some other things to do with it. But the money blower is definitely, I think, staying. Does everybody agree the money blowers? We're doing it live with the money blower. I think so. I think it's here to stay. I think it's here to stay. Nor with the Tua, Brees, Gibbs, Devontae, Adams, Pittman, Kincaid, Debo. Okay. I'm loving the running backs. I definitely would be tempted to trade Devontae Adams. Well, you could trade Devontae Adams and something small, like let's say Amari Cooper and Devontae Adams for just a slightly safer player of the tune of a MHJ, a London, obviously St. Brown, Garrett Wilson. Obviously, but you're probably not going to get that done. You could try. I mean, Amari Cooper might get that. You never know. Or you could go somewhat conservative. You could go for either something. Well, you could swing big and go after Achane, but you could trade to the Achane owner Mostert and like Amari Cooper for one bigger player. That's probably what I'd do. And I'd also use Amari Cooper straight up to try and upgrade your QB. I'd also be tempted to use Mostert straight up to upgrade your QB. I'd be tempted to go to the Achane owner, see if their QB is better. Do they got a top 3 QB? Send your QB and Mostert to upgrade your QB. Those are the things that tickle my fancy when it comes to trading a team like that. That's all I'm going to say about that. Chad, appreciate you with a $5 hauler. Barkley, Taylor, Allen, Debo, Pittman, Diggs, Pickens, Rice, Warren, good team. Corn in the 9th, pick 10. Please rank. I'd say this team with those running backs, with Josh Allen, with Debo and Pittman and Diggs, I'd say you're easily a 7.9 to an 8.2. Somewhere in that range. Rice, love it. I think you have a excess of talent. You could kind of clump together and do some 2-for-1s or a 3-for-1 even. And those upgrades would include like getting Pittman or Diggs into a safer vehicle. Pickens can be thrown in that. I actually like starting Rashee Rice next to Debo. And I certainly would be tempted to keep your quarterback and running back tripod there and just upgrade, Pickens and Diggs, Pittman and Diggs, Pittman and Pickens. Just figure out a way to upgrade that into some sort of cup or higher, because you have so much talent there. Now, if you start all those receivers, I'm tempted to say let it ride. If you have like 2 or 3 wide receivers plus 2 additional flexes, then you're in kind of a good position, and maybe you hold. But if you're only starting 3 wide receivers and 1 flex, I would do what I'm suggesting. Please rank my team. 14-team league, PPR. Bijan, Ramondre, Kyler Murray, Nico, Deco, Debo, Laporta, Watson, Godwin. Good team. Godwin and Ramondre for a slight smidge of a upgrade. Jacobs, Pacheco, or, perception-wise, if it's a smidge, but you love it, Achane, Kyron. And you do that and you're at 8.5, maybe even the 8.8 that I rarely give out because it's a 14-teamer. So try and work on that small angle. And Godwin's got value. Justin with a $5 hauler. Oh, that's the same one. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate you. This one's from Jesse. Have to drop 1 to pick up a kicker. Right, Mason? Oh, I answered that one. Mason, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. Amazon Joe, can you rank my 12-team QB Hurts, AJB, Cup, Ridley, Kyren, Najee, Warren. The fact that you have Najee and Warren together makes me feel pretty good. And you got Corum. So I'm okay leaving this walking into the season. But I would be tempted to say, give somebody Najee and Warren, or just Najee if you can. Keep Warren. Najee and Warren with Ferguson or Kittle, whichever one will get you more, for a running back bump into the Achane, Barkley, ETN territory. So that's going to be hard to find somebody that needs exactly that, but I think it's doable. Call your boy with a $10 Marsman.
To Mars!
To Mars, 16-man league. 16's rough. Drafted Chase at 7 right before you do not draft stream. I think AJB owner is interested, though. Should I trade him straight up for the AJB to the AJB owner? I don't know. Use your chat. What are we going to tell him to do? My advice is not to draft him, but like once you have him, it's almost like a little different situation. I'm going to probably say AJB safer, definitely. But does he have more upside? Jamar Chase? Of course he does. And the same league, would you trade Olave for Cup? I would rather have Cup this year in redraft. In Dynasty, no. In keeper leagues where it actually matters, there's keeper value to both of them. Obviously, I would not trade Olave. But I'd take Cup, and I personally, I might say keep Chase. AJB's right on that verge of the 11, 12. I'm going to say keep. But if it was St. Brown, JJ, I'm going to say, he's not. Don't draft him in round 1. And AJB's borderline, 1-2 turn. So I'm going to say keep Chase, pal. It's a close call for sure. But David dropping a $20 hauler. Hey, Smitty, 12-man half PPR. Pat Mahomes, wide receivers are Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, Rice, Barkley, Javonte, Brock Bowers, Higgins. I'd be tempted to know if you could pick up, or you have a bench player that could replace Higgins, and you could use Higgins to upgrade Javonte. That would be the main issue at hand. Wilson, Devontae Smith, Rice, I don't want to touch that. Barkley, keep it. Do it live. Mahomes, love it. Brock Bowers, fantastic. Higgins, could take it or leave it, and it's your flex, so you don't necessarily need to get rid of it. I would say ride this into week 1 and see what's what, or just casually see if you can, depending on who you have to plug into that flex spot, but try and take Higgins and Javonte and go get a Jacobs, Pacheco, even a Walker. Other players include let me pull up Underdog ADP and take a gander at what we could cook up here in terms of a name to throw at you. I think it's possible to get someone along the lines of, let me get the rankings pulled up on Underdog. And guys, if you want to do those higher lows, make sure you hit the link that's pinned in the live chat. So we're saying to take Javonte and Higgins and go get, if it was a receiver, it's MHJ, London, Debo. I might be naming somebody in your roster right now. This might help everybody. Cooper Kupp, maybe even Neighbors, maybe Olave, but definitely Debo, definitely Nakua. And running back for Javonte and Higgins, you're trying to grab obviously guys above this, but Pacheco, ETN, Jacobs, Walker. And you start getting into like a dangerous territory where it's like, is Kamara better than Higgins and Javonte? Is Monty better? Is Rashad White better? So that's a judgment call at that point. It's kind of a tipping point. 10-man league. What moves to make Hurts, Achane, Monty, Jettas, AJ Brown, Debo, Dell, Keon Coleman, Kincaid, Bowers, JD5, Chase Brown. As long as you can start Dell, Debo, A.J. Brown, and Jettas all together, I'm going to say hold. I'm going to say hold. Unless you can trade Chase Brown early with maybe like Monty. So like Chase or Monty and yeah, I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold TJ. It's a really good team. I'm scared that you're going to trade somebody and you're not going to be able to you're not going to get the value you should be getting back. Thank you, Call Your Boy, for your 16-man question. $10 holler from Senor Rojo. Thoughts on rating this team? 12-man Bijan, Cup, Dell, Mahomes, Coleman, Chase Brown, Kittle, Worthy, Corum. Love the squad. Am I trying to move anybody? Not yet. I like that squad a lot. Value could be had later as some of these guys, but I don't think it's smart to move any yet. I'd say it's not an 8.0 yet. You need the waiver wire. You need a couple guys to break out. Worthy could become the reason why. Ford could become the reason why you end up getting an 8.0 ranking for me later, because you're a little bit light. Like you got Cup, Dell, Bijan, Mahomes, and then it gets a little bit thin, but I love the players. I love Ford. I love Worthy. I love Chase Brown. So let it all ride. Don't send any of those guys packing too early. Amazon Joe with a $5 hauler. AR5 Cousins, Puka, Cup, JSN, 80 Mitchell, Kyron, Connor, Benson. I love that you got it cuffed up. You got Brooks, Taysom Hill, Sinnott. Really, really good. Any moves to make? Maybe Chase. Yeah, you could try and acquire Chase, maybe. Like Connor Benson with maybe JSN. I'm not trading Puka or Cup probably, though. Well, maybe because you got both of them. If I could get Chase for Puka, I'd do it. Yes. Yes, Smitty approved that. That's what I would do. For Cup, I would do it too, but I would try and actually keep Cup. I know it's wild. You know, if we're talking about like trade values and you knew you could move Puka later and get, like, you know what I mean? But I think I'd rather, I don't think you're going to get rid of Cup for Chase anyway, so you'd have to give up more. So I'm just going to say don't go near that. Keep Cup. I'd rather have Cup in a vacuum in a way. So Puka for Chase, get it done. If not, I kind of stand down unless I can get rid of Connor and Benson with JSN for something, which might be, if you're lucky, a potential Debo, DK, Devontae Smith, Pacheco, Jacobs, Walker variety. Very good squad, Amazon. I like the team a lot. Crod dropping a super $10 Mars shot. Love the team, pal. Devontae Smith, Rashee Rice, Mahomes, Breece Hall, Chase Brown, Mahomes, London, Devontae Smith, Rashee Rice, Breece, Chase Brown. A little light as it starts to fill out. It's a little light, but there's not much of a trade opportunity here anyway. And I don't want you trading Breece, which is your sell high. So I'd say like your 7.5, stay on top of the waiver wire to get into the 8s with me. I can't lie and say that team is deep enough to get an 8 for me. It's just in the 7s. But hitting the waiver wire guy, the next Kyron or Puka, and you're winning the league. Krim, hey Smitty, traded McCaffrey Ford for Achane, Connor, and Dynasty. I like that. I could get behind that. Dynasty, I could get behind that. I have Mostert and Benson to lock up the Miami. Well, you got Wright, though. To lock up the Miami Dolphin running back, you need Wright. But Mostert is fantastic. And you've locked up the starters as of now. But, you know, Wright is probably somebody I'd keep. But you smashed that trade. In Dynasty, you smashed it. Redraft auction, rate my team. Any moves? Mahomes, Kyron, Mostert, MHJ, Debo, Keon Coleman, Pitts, Corum, Stevenson, Chase Brown, Trey Benson, Jamison Williams, Josh Palmer. If you're going to draft Mostert as your RB2, it's a absolute must to get Jalen Wright. So I'm going to knock you down below 8 just for that move, because you have to have Jalen Wright. But this team is still fire. You still have Chase Brown. You still have Stevenson. You still have Benson, Jameson. It's a fantastic squad. Mahomes, Kyren, Mostert, MHA, Debo, Keon Coleman. I'm going to give you an 8.2. I'm going to give you, but you could have got an 8.5 if you had Jalen Wright. It's a really good squad. I'm not probably touching anything because you can't trade Coleman yet. You got to wait. Stevenson, no one's going to give you what you should get for him yet. Hopefully you get some value B-men out of that, but dang, man, that's a really good squad. B-men to the mother freaking moon. I give you 8.3. I can't hold that team back. You would have had an 8.5. My highest score ever given so far this year is 8.8. So you have 8.3. Super chat, $5 hauler, Hassan. 2 flex, 10 team. Hurts, Hall, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, Laporta, Kincaid. Why do you have 2 tight ends? Why do you have Laporta and Kincaid? It's the worst move anybody can make is drafting bully tight end in a non-best ball. Because now you're stuck trying to get rid of one of them. And it's going to be so hard to do. Unless this is a 2 tight end starting league. I know everyone says, I can get him as my flex. Like, why? I like them, but they're not going to be as valuable there. So I like the team. I just wish you had a different player instead of that extra tight end. Neighbors, man, you got a good team though. I mean, you couple one of those tight ends with Neighbors, maybe you pull it off and get what, one of those guys going in the top 5 or 6 overall. Jonathan Brooks and maybe Kincaid, Jonathan Brooks and Laporta. I would be open-minded to keeping Kincaid over Laporta if Laporta is going to get me more in trade. If I can trade Laporta and Jonathan Brooks for a running back that was going above Laporta, I'm doing that. And then this here, you said traded Taylor for Breece. Traded Taylor for Breece Hall, question mark, or trade? I would trade Taylor for Breece Hall in a second. And if you had to give up more, you give up more. Jonathan Brooks, do it. I don't know if I'd give up Laporta or Kincaid on top of JT, though. That would be harder to do. Alec, $5 hauler, 18. Richardson, Harrison, Adams, Waddle, McCaffrey. Any holes? I wouldn't say holes, but I'm not a fan of Adams. If this is my team, I'm trying to take McCaffrey and turn him into Achane and London or something. DK and Achane, Kyren and Achane. Like that's the move I'm making. If you want CMC though, you want to keep him, I would say maybe you're trading Devontae Adams and what's he trade? You got a good team, you do. But Devontae Adams and maybe, I don't know if you have any other bench players you could throw in and go after that Jacobs Pacheco territory. Devontae Adams for Jacobs and Pacheco straight up might even work. It depends how people value Adams. Adams goes in around 2-3 sometimes. It's wild. $5 hauler, Murray, Herbert. Okay. AJ Brown, London, DJ Moore, Pickens, Hall, JT, Achane. You don't even have to make any moves, but would I try and trade DJ Moore and James Conner for a player drafting in round 3 or 4? Absolutely. 100% smash. This one here is from Tom. 12 team, 3 wide receiver, 1 flex. Caleb Williams, Kyren, Monty, Amon-Ra, Nico, Waddle, Kincaid, Watson, benches, Keon Coleman, Corum, Dowdle. I'm trading Dowdle and Kirk and Monty and Kirk, Monty and Dowdle. Monty and Kirk could get you Jacobs or higher. Monty, and you have to get a running back if you're doing this because Monty's your RB2. But Monty for Walker, even if you had to give up Kirk, I would personally do that. I think Walker's going to break out. But obviously players above Walker, ETN, Achane would be phenomenal. I give up all 3 of, what was that again? Monty, Kirk, Monty, and Dowdle all for Achane. Smash if you can do that. Hassan with another $5 super chat. I have an offer for Hurts, Kincaid, and Javonte Williams and Hubbard for Kyler and D. Smith, Monty. What do you think? It's Javonte Williams, probably. Or, I'm sorry, Jamison Williams. You got to put the player, you got to put JMO or something if you're, I think it's JMO. If it's Javonte, it's a lesser side, but Hurts, Kincaid, and JMO for I'm going to take Hurts, Kincaid, JMO. If it's Javonte Williams, then I'm probably going to say I still take the Hurts side. But it's really close. If it's JMO, the JMO side's even better. I think I missed your response. Barkley, Taylor, Allen, Debo, Pittman, Diggs, Pickens, Rice, Warren, Ferguson, Watson, Chase Brown, Corum suggestions. I think I said, let's see here, Barkley, Taylor, Allen, Debo. Like the team a lot. I do. Yeah, I remember this now. I said I'm trading potentially Pittman and or Diggs. Pittman and Diggs or Pickens. Assuming you're not starting all these guys, I want Rice right next to Debo. So Allen is your quarterback. Debo's your starting wide receiver. Rashee Rice I want to be your second wide receiver. I'm not saying Pickens or Diggs, whoever's left over, doesn't, sit there right with them, but I'm trying to trade two of those guys or one of them with Jaylen Warren, who I like a lot, but you can maybe get something a little bit beefed up. I don't know if you're going to be able to get your hands on something along the lines of Cooper Kupp or London or MHJ. MHJ probably is the most reasonable. I think he goes in the second to third round, but if you win at like 14 overall, you might find it hard to get him from that player because they obviously love him. But I've seen MHJ go in the freaking third round. And so if he's going in the third round, you should have no problem using Diggs with Jaylen Warren to get him. And I don't even know that might be too much. You might have to get something back. Chase Brown and Pickens for one player, although I probably wait on Pickens. I think I also said to just kind of wait it out if you can't get the right deal. Because you got a lot of talent there, and some of it has to gain some momentum. WC, appreciate you. 12-man redraft, 1 QB, $10 hauler. Thanks again. Who was that, Chad or Alec?
To Mars.
I appreciate you coming back with that question. But don't sell high on Pittman and all those guys, or don't sell low on Pittman and all those guys. Sell high only. 500 of you in here, 200 thumbs up. Hit that thumb up button. Subscribe if you're new. 12-man redraft, 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. Love, CMC, Jacobs, Adams, Rice, McBride, Pickens, Coleman. Very good squad. Try trading CMC plus Adams for Bijan and MHJ. I would take Bijan and MHJ in a millisecond. I know the answer, but about to hit the send button. I'd send it. If I got to give up something else, like, let's say, I don't know, trying to trade CMC plus Adams, you might want to give up Mason too. So they feel comfortable with that. But I would definitely do that trade personally. I like that. The Isaac, appreciate you. 1 running back, 2 wide receiver, 2 flex. Squad is Stroud, Barkley, MHJ, Dell, Gibbs, Coleman, Lovett, Bench, Diggs, Stevenson, Warren, Cook, Hollywood. Definitely looking to trade James Cook or Stevenson with Diggs to get one bigger, stronger player. Past that, I don't know. Trade MHJ and Diggs for Kyron and Flowers. Woo! Yeah, I'd take Kyron. But, bro, that's so tough. That is such a tough trade. Very, very good question. $5 hauler, 10-man PPR, Mahomes, JJ, Higgins, Gibbs, Jacobs, Andrews, Ridley, AR5, not AR15. Zamir White, Coleman, Corum, Brooks. Probably stand down on this team unless I can trade one, AR5 with Higgins for an upgrade. Or Zamir White and Higgins for an upgrade. London. MHJ, St. Brown, obviously, Garrett Wilson, obviously, like those types of players. And you probably want to do, you could put Ridley as your wide receiver 2, and you could, I suppose, go RB. So Higgins, JJ's there. I'm sorry, JJ's he barely takes up any real estate. I didn't even see him. So, yeah. So, Higgins. No, I was right. That would be your 2 then. So, Higgins and Ridley goes your 2 spots. So, Higgins and White for Jacobs, for Pacheco, for ETN, for Walker, etc. So, I'm not scared to go Ridley wide receiver 2 next to JJ. Brian V, 14 team, Love, Connor, Eckler, Chase, Nico, London, Kincaid, benches, Brian Thomas Jr., Curtis Samuel, Debo, Bucky. I like your team, but I can't even give this a 7.5 just because the running back stable worries me enough. Like, if you had Mahomes here and then stacked at wide receiver and then had weak running backs, I could understand. But Love, I like Jordan Love a lot, but not in this context where you're, like I'm saying, if you had Mahomes, it'd be different because you'd be stacked heavy on the outsides of this and the running back stable is weak. But Love, Connor, Eckler, Chase, Nico, London, it's really tough. I don't know what you can do here. Chase, Nico, London, Kincaid, Connor. I think maybe you can't even trade. I mean, you could try to trade Chase as somebody that's ambulance chasing right now, and you get yourself into like an H-Handel type of trade. But I don't know that you can get out of this. You've got to wait for week 1, my guy, because Chase right now doesn't have the value. Connor, this is tough. I don't think there's much to do. Dobbins and BT for maybe, you could get really lucky and maybe trade Eckler and Dobbins, Eckler and BT, Eckler and something like that for you might get lucky and get like a Kamara or something like that. BT and Eckler for Kamara, BT and Eckler for Mostert, swing for the fences there. Otherwise, you got to come back after week 1 and we got to attack what Chase's value. Right now, you can't even trade Chase. Maybe when Chase signs, you make a trade, but I don't think you could win with that team. I'm just being blunt, honest. You're going to have to trade Chase once his value returns. $5 hauler, Allen, Cousins, wide receiver, Sun God, London, Rice, Rashad White, B-Rob. Running backs are extremely weak. At least you do have the QB, but this is a tough team. I'm not going to lie. This is like a 6.9 to 7.0 until something happens. That something could be B-Rob playing out of his mind, Chase Brown delivering upon what our expectation is, or Rashad White blowing my expectations out of the water. And he did that last year. So you've got a real opportunity here. Scary Terry and Rashad White, or Scary Terry and B-Rob for one bigger, stronger Pacheco, ETN, Chase Kyron player. Chris will put you from a 6.9 to a 7.8. And you'll be on the map, bro. On the map, ready to go. Yeah, Ian, you missed it, Ian. I addressed this at the top of the show. Ian, you dropped this. What'd you say right here? I left a $20 hauler at the end of your show last stream, but you missed it. I didn't miss it, Ian. You dropped it when I left. So just to correct matters, the live stream was way over. You must have had it paused or something. And I knew you were going to come in and say this. You missed my super chat. I did not miss your super chat. You dropped it when the show ended. But I did take care of you, my guy, because we came in and discussed it at the top of the show. I'll repeat it real quickly for you, and I appreciate you. And that says, it says Allen, Kincaid, fantastic. Brees, Kyron, fantastic. London, Higgins, absolutely off the chart. I think what I said was, maybe you get rid of Dowdle and Deontay. Maybe you get rid of Reed and Dowdle. Maybe you get rid of Higgins and Dowdle, and you try and get that London, that MHJ, that just slight bump, bro. Slight bump. Running back could be Jacobs, Pacheco, Walker, but I'm using Dowdle. I'm using Deontay to try that. I'm obviously using Higgins if need be, but reach a little higher like Jacobs or Pacheco, or you could say Walker's still deserving of a Higgins and Dowdle, I think, personally. And I would go after, obviously, a H-Chan would be fantastic. But Pacheco and Jacobs certainly fit the bill. I'm smashing the hell out of that. But I think even if you don't do that, you're crushing it. Your team is literally an 8.4, 8.5, 8.6. honestly, it's an absolute. It's gonna be a problem for everybody. You are gonna be a problem. Rate my team 12-man PPR: Mahomes, Mostert, Monty, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Debo, Laporta, Smith, Dell, and thank you again for your the $20 hauler, my guy. Let Ian cook.
Let him cook.
Smitty, you missed my super chat. Smitty, you missed my super chat. You dropped it on here, Jesse. I dropped it when you left. You missed it. Rate my team 12-man PPR: Mahomes, Mostert, Monty, Amon-Ra, Debo, Laporta. Great team. Smith, Dell. If you can start Debo, Amon-Ra, Devontae Smith, and Dell, you can start all of them. Then I'm fine not making a move with those guys, and I'm trying to trade Dowdle and Monty, Hollywood and Monty, Coleman and Dowdle, Jonathan Brooks and Dowdle. I know it's hard to trade 2 running backs for one, but it might be easier than you think if you run into a team that literally feels dried up at RB, and you could come in and grab that Walker. Or I don't think you're getting much bigger than that using Dowdle and Montgomery, like a Walker. And some might say they like Monty better than Walker. Maybe you try for Achane, try for Jacobs and Pacheco. Those are obviously good picks. I don't know that you're going to get even a Derrick Henry. I don't think you're going to get anything bigger than that. You could try. Do I think it's worth it to trade for Jalen Wright? Somehow I do, because if you have Mostert and Wright, at least one of your RB spots is locked down, and then you don't have to really do anything. You could potentially just let Monty and then the rotation of the 2 RBs, Wright and Mostert, take care of you. And I've done that in a league where that's my running back too, and I'm very satisfied with the feel of the team, having Mostert and having Wright together as my RB2. Yours is a little different because that's your RB1. You do have a very strong team. If you can't start all those wide receivers, then I am trying to trade one of Dell or Devontae Smith with Monty to get one monster player of the Achane and Kyron and Barkley and ETN variety, which I think is possible if you're including one of those wide receivers. But if you start all those wide receivers, I think I'd go the other route. $2 hauler, 2 flex, Mostert, Worthy, Keon, Coleman, Moss, or JMO. I'm going to go Mostert and Worthy in week 1, my guy. That's just the way I'm going to roll. Chisel, I see your 3-month membership question. Will you trade Gibbs and Rasheed for Tyreek? No, I would not. I think Gibbs and Rasheed Rice are better. I would not do that trade. This one's from Malik. I don't know how you say your name. A $2 hauler, McBride and Jonathan Brooks for Pitts and Jerome Ford. McBride and Brooks. I'm going to take McBride and... I guess it depends if Ford's gonna save you. I would probably say McBride and Brooks by a hair. But that's really tough. And if you can't wait on Brooks, then you can't do that. But if you can wait on him, if you got other players... I love Ford a lot, though. I do. But I think that Brooks could be damn good. Should I offer Kenneth Walker and Swift for Jonathan Taylor or Chase? I would give up either one of those, and I'd probably rank... I would rank them about dead even, because if they're on the clock, if I had JT or Chase, I would waiver. So that's a pretty dead even. I'd take whichever one I could get on that. I don't know that I'd even prioritize. I'd just send them both out. If you own Kyron, would you trade Brooks for Corum? Yes, I would. It's not something that feels good, but you got to do it. You know, if you missed him, you missed him. And Brooks isn't going to be used for the first 4 weeks anyway. Then he gets eased in. Who knows? Could it be a league winner to have Brooks? Yeah, but it could be a league winner to have Corum cuffed. Mahomes, Stevenson, Ford, Chase Brown, Javonte, London. 1 QB. I start all 4 wide receivers. I got AR5 and JD5, 10, 11. And do I trade Mahomes? No, you do not trade Mahomes. I would not trade Mahomes whatsoever. I would trade... damn, you got all that running back action, bro. AR5 and JD5, that's crazy. Don't trade Mahomes. Mahomes is a league winner. Stevenson, Ford. Problem is you hurt yourself by grabbing all these QBs. Why'd you do that? Why'd you take AR5? I mean, JD5, I get it because he falls. He could be a great backup. But why'd you take AR5? He had to have gone in like the 4th or 5th round. Maybe 5th or 6th round if you're lucky. Cup and Neighbors in London and Lamb is off the hook. So I'm trying to trade Stevenson and AR5, Ford and AR5, Chase Brown and AR5 to get yourself into a little bit better RB. You do that and it's almost game over. Your team is absolutely phenomenal at that point. It's already almost phenomenal. My Pat Mahomes worthy Jacobs for AR5 Debo Neighbors. No, give me Pat Mahomes by quite a bit, bro. By quite a bit. Not even really close in my book, to be honest with you. Eric, appreciate you. Trade. I like these trade questions. No offense. I love them a lot more. Trade advice. Who to start? Allen, JD5, Hall, Gibbs, DK, Warren. Who to start? I mean, I don't know your requirements. I'll say Allen, if it's one QB, obviously. Hall, Gibbs, DK, Rice, Kincaid. And then your last player, if you have a flex, I would say pretty easy call for me to go Ford. And then Warren would be next man up. No, Coleman would be because until Warren proves he's fully healthy. But yes, that's my guess is that's the correct lineup. AK, appreciate you. Any moves? 10-man, PPR, 3 flex, Richardson, Saquon, Mixon. I'm getting rid of Mixon. Garrett Wilson, Rice, McBride. Love that. London. Deontay and Mixon for one better player. Easiest call I've been asked all night. Smash the hell out of that. Try and figure it out. Deontay and Mixon, what can I get you? At RB, maybe if you're lucky, if you're extremely lucky, that potential trade, Mixon and Deontay, could run you something along the lines of maybe, if you're lucky, maybe Mixon, Deontay. Kamara, Monty. You might even say like Mixon over Monty. So like Jacobs, if you're lucky, Jacobs, Pacheco, Etienne. That's really it. Wide receiver though, and I don't know that you can do this, right? Because you'd have no RB, so you got to go that route. Right. Maybe you trade Mixon for Mostert straight up because you got Jalen Wright. That's a trade I'd be looking to make. A little crafty maneuver. I know it doesn't sound great because Mostert's going to get hurt, whatever, but so could Mixon. Mixon looked very inefficient last year. Even though he finished as like running back 4, he was really inefficient in the metrics. He just got volume, which is why I love Chase Brown. Partly why I love Chase Brown so much, because the running back in Cincy scores massive points, whether they're efficient or not. 12-team home league, first pick team is AR5, Jacobs, HN, Lamb, Debo, Laporta, and Higgins at flex. Nice team. Laporta, picks went Laporta, Debo, AR5, and Higgins. That's crazy. I would try and move Higgins if possible, but honestly, there's not much being given to me to use as ammo. I don't really want to assume you've got amazing talent to throw with Higgins, given you didn't list it, but I like the team. I'm going to say the team in a 12-team league is probably an 8.4, 8.5. It's fantastic. Higgins, I'm just tempted to move, but it depends what you could couple him with. Move him for one bigger player if you can pull it off. Sam, appreciate you. $5 hauler. 12-team. One player. We all kept one player from last year. Mahomes, Bijan, Mostert, Debo, Devontae Smith, Rice, Kincaid, Ford. Love the team. Fantastic squad. You've got Jalen Wright and Mostert. Crafty running back 2. Debo Smith, Rice. Love it. Kincaid. I'm standing pat, letting Ford and Benson and BT and all those boys gain value. I'm not moving a thing. This is a crafty team. I bet you didn't get ranked like in the top 1 or 2 in the draft. You're probably middle of the pack, but I think it's because no one sees some of these rising stars coming. I'd say I'm giving you a 7.8 with the option of changing that to an 8.3, 8.4 later. Appreciate you with your super chat, Wicked. $5 hauler, 10-team PPR, Hurts, Gibbs, Ramondre, Mostert, Trey Benson, AJ Brown, Debo, Dell, Worthy, BT. Like the team a lot. Rate it, I don't know. 10-teamer, I'd say Hurts, Gibbs, AJ Brown, Debo, Dell, 7.8. You got a lot of talent to move around. It's pretty deep. You try and move a Gus or Ramondre, pair him with a BT. You're gonna get something that will help make it a little bit beefier in the lineup at least. I like it a lot. I'm trying to get Achane because you got Wright and you got Mostert. Makes sense. Ramondre, and maybe even trading. Maybe you traded Debo for an Achane. Debo and a player. Debo and Gus Edwards. Debo and Ramondre for Achane. I would trade Debo and Ramondre for Achane and something personally, and it makes sense for your team, in my opinion. That'd be a smash. Better bench stash McLaughlin or Ty Chandler. I'd say I don't know that I like either. I guess if I had to pick, I'd say McLaughlin because they use him right away. B-Men. Oh, hold on. I got a $20 hauler here from Brock. Brock dropping a 20 watt on screen.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
All right, here we go. Money blower doing its thing tonight. Money blower is going nuts tonight. Brock, appreciate you. Please rate my 14-team keeper league. Starters are AR5, Achane, Kamara, Nakua, Olave, BT, bench Mason, B-Rob. I like it a lot. I'd probably say it's a 7.8. I can't give it an 8 because it's 14-teamer, but it is lacking a little bit of oomph in the lineup, which can be solved by BT going nuts, B-Rob proving himself. So, and Kamara showing that he's still got it. These are all factors at play. I don't know that there's a lot of trade opportunity, to be honest. Nakua's been banged up. Who's going to overpay? Achane, people are undervaluing him. Kamara, no one's going to value him. You're going to ride this team into the week 1 sunrise and hope that when the sun sets, B-Rob's got tremendous value to help us navigate a trade. So stand down. Don't make a single move. Rock out with that team in the week 1. Need to cuff Mostert. Team earlier in Super Chat. Says B-Men. All right, B-Men. Hold on. Let me go searching for that. B-Men. Need to cuff Mostert. Team earlier in the Super Chat. Trade Palmer, Jamison Williams for Christian Kirk, Jalen Wright. Trade Palmer and Jamison. Yeah, I would probably do that. I don't like Kirk, but you need Jalen Wright. Jalen Wright would be good. Or Palmer and Chase Brown for Kirk and Wright. Palmer and Chase Brown. I'd rather give up J-Mo. I like J-Mo a lot, but you don't know what he's going to... Kirk's fine. You could even flip Kirk. I'm going to say affirmative, but trade J-Mo. And you could definitely flip that. I mean, Kirk's got tremendous trade value. I don't think there's anything wrong with trading and flipping Kirk or investing in Kirk to flip him. I think you're definitely going to pull that off. That'll be pretty easy. Thank you, B-Man. Appreciate your super chat, my guy. But smash. Go get Wright. You need Wright. Drop Dobbs for BTJ. I probably would. I would keep hearing Dobbs is the number one. Dobbs is the number one. I don't buy it. I mean, I think he's going to be good, but I'm definitely taking BT. BT's got potential, superstar potential. This is a $10 Marsman shot. Appreciate you dropping that nothing 10 team half PPR QB Hurts, running backs Jacobs, Kamara, B-Rob, Zach Moss. I'm on Raw, Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins, Worthy, Keenan Allen. Like the squad a lot. Love the show. The show loves you back. McBride, what do you think? Okay. 10-man league, so you should be stacked. Hurts, Jacobs, Kamara, B-Rob. It's interesting. I don't think it's over. I don't think you've got so much talent you're bleeding out your ears at the running back position, but I love Jacobs, obviously. Kamara's good. B-Rob and maybe Higgins for one player. I'm trying to get a Pacheco in here. I'm trying to get a ETN in here. I'm trying to get a Kyron or an Achane in here. And I think B-Rob and Higgins are close to getting something like that done. I'd throw Keenan Allen in. Keenan Allen and B-Rob for one player like that. I'd throw T. Higgins, Keenan Allen, and B-Rob all together for one player. The problem is in a 10-man, everybody's kind of stacked, so it's hard to make cuts like that. But, yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's your move, though. That's your move. Could I use Kamara? Yeah. I could throw Higgins and Kamara together to get that Achane or Kyren if need be, but I'd try to go those other avenues first. But you land that upgrade, and I'm loving the team. Right now, I'm liking it, but I'm not loving it. I think you're one move away, but that's okay. One move is fine. One move is not the end of the world. One move is doable. One move is like, hey, he didn't like my team. And then if you get the trade done, you're going to be proud of yourself and you're going to go, yeah, I'm glad I did it. Smitty was right. Now I feel like I'm going to crush. That other guy that came in earlier and said he traded for, what was it? Achane? It's like, I'm sure he didn't love the take I had on his team at first, but then he went and got Achane and turned it into an 8.5 team minimum. Charles, $20 holler. Charles says, rate my team 14-team league, AR 5. It's not 15, it's 5. Garrett Wilson, Rashid Rice, Kyren Ford, Brock Bowers, Keon Coleman, Xavier Worthy, Jalen Warren, Christian Watson. Also, would you drop Ray Davis or McLaughlin for Carson Steele? I'd maybe drop. I think I'd monitor Steele. I'd maybe drop McLaughlin for him, but I mean, he's not even. We don't know what he is yet. He's just exciting. He's a lionheart. I'm hoping he gets in there. I don't know. McLaughlin. You could trade McLaughlin maybe. 500 of you in here. 220 thumbs up. Hit that thumb up button. Subscribe if you're new. This squad though, 14 team, AR5, Garrett Wilson, Rashid Rice, like the receivers, Kyren Ford. Very good team in a 14 team league. I think Jalen Warren gives you some trade bait later. Let him gain value. I think Xavier Worthy gets you the same thing. Ford, same thing. None of these guys can be traded now. You have a plethora of players that could be coupled together and sold later, but right now you can't do that. You got to let it ride out. I'm going to say potential to be an 8.4, 8.5 team. If after week 1 we come up with something, we cook something up and make a trade using all that depth you have that needs to gain value in week 1. $10 hauler, Lamar Jackson, Lamb, Kirk, Etienne, Achane. Very, very good squad. Love the idea of trading Rachaad White and Kirk for one bigger, stronger, better player. I'd even throw in Hopkins as window dressing. So go comb through your draft board specifically and see who is drafted above those guys, but not too far above, because that'll help gauge what these people are thinking. How confident are you in Javonte this year? Not very confident at all, because it seems like it's a three-headed monster, and I don't think Sean Payton is going to let us know what's going on. That's part of the risk. And number two, it's just, it seems like Javonte isn't ever given a fair shot. I'll be rooting for him, but I'm not going to invest heavily in him. I'm going to be rooting and cheering him on, though. Top 8 first round and second round for AJB and Dynasty. Top 8 first round and a second round. So it's a top 8 pick, but not one, but top 8. And a second round for AJB and Dynasty. I take AJB over that in a heartbeat. Definitely, bro. Smash that trade. Did I get this one already? This Ingram, Rice. Yeah, Rachaad White. Yeah, definitely a good team, bro. This one from Mike. Mike, 10 point per 10 team PPR. Mahomes, Jacobs, JT, JJ, Olave, Rice, Ravens, bench. Great team. Deontay and Pollard, keep an eye on, poke around, see if you can go get some undervalued asset, using that combo. You might need to wait for Pollard to do something. If Pollard and Debo or Deontay do something, and we got some slumps, we'll attack that later. Spears, keep them. Reeds, keep them. Reed and Spears have good upside. I don't need to upgrade your roster. Your team looks fire. Maybe Olave and Deontay. Maybe Olave and Pollard. Maybe Spears, Pollard, and Olave for a tiny wide receiver upgrade, just a safer player. I consider Cooper Kupp safer, but that's me. I consider Debo safer, but that's me. Would I do those? Yes. Would I take MHJ over Olave by throwing in Pollard and Spears? I personally would, but that's me. Not everybody would do that. I love MHJ this year. That's a move I would make. 12-team Superflex, half PPR. Hurts, Tua, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, I'm trading if I can. Henry, I'm trading if I can. Javonte, I'm trading if I can. Andrews, I'm trading if I can. I like Mostert. I like Chase Brown. I don't like Mike Williams. Ahmad, we don't see eye to eye on some stuff, but that's okay. Hurts and Tua's fantastic. A.J. Brown, I love what you got here in some parts of it. But, and if you believe in Henry and Devontae Adams, don't sell them. Like, trust your gut. Those are just two players I'm completely avoiding at the cost of entry. I like Henry in certain spots. It doesn't look like you overpaid for him, though. So getting rid of him isn't necessarily a must, but I'd be tempted to. And even if we leave Henry there for now, let him score a couple touchdowns and gain some value. You've got Devontae Adams and Javonte you could send off. You've got Chase Brown and Devontae you could potentially send off. Those are things I'm very tempted to do just to upgrade slightly. But you can hold off on that and wait a week. I don't think anything crazy is going to happen to those player values unless somebody gets hurt, but you can't predict some of that stuff. $10.
Too much.
Sloppy, appreciate you. Sloppy with a $10 a flop on screen there. 14 team PPR drafted from the 7 spot. Kyler, ETN, Achane, St. Brown, Sutton, Bowers, Connor. I'm loving Chase Brown going in your lineup in place of Connor if you can trade Sutton and Connor together for a slight wide receiver upgrade to the tune of, damn, if I could just pull up, let me pull up somebody and see who we can suggest that you go get, because that would be a smooth move, my man. Let's see here. Let's pull it up. Let's go with go to the draft board. So you're going to trade Sutton and Connor for maybe I don't think you could get Rice. Just seeing who you have again. I don't know if you could get Rice. Try. I don't know if you could get McLaurin, but I'd try. I don't know if you would get, so for Connor, Tank Dell, Rice. Those are the targets. I can't guarantee you're going to get them, but those are my targets. Drafted from the 1.1, Bijan, Achane, Debo, Rice, Stroud, Kincaid, Ridley, Ford. Don't even want you to trade anything. 8.0 minimum. Smash. Absolute great team. Hold that team. Don't do anything with it. Drafted a lot of the guys. Every one of those players I love. $5 hauler, 10 team, 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. Burrow, JT, Henry, Cup, DK, Kittle, Ford, benches, Stafford, Mostert. Love the squad. Would I try and get rid of Swift and Sutton for something, or Swift and maybe Swift and Henry, Swift and DK for a round upgrade on DK. Just a round upgrade going into the second round territory for a wide receiver. You love DK as a sleepy second round wide, deserves to be in the second round. That's a third round wide receiver. I'm fine with you keeping DK, but I'd be very, very tempted on that one. 16 team leagues are tough, man. $10 hauler, appreciate you.
Too much.
I don't like playing in 16 team leagues as much. They're a challenge, which is fun, but it's not something that I'm very, very fond of. Let's just say, like, at some point I draw a line and I just don't like 16 teamers, but they're tough. Kyler, B-Rob, MHJ, Cooper Kupp, Andrews, Mike Williams, and AD Mitchell, Wicks, Kirk. Fantastic team for a 16 teamer, bro. The only moves I would look to make, maybe use Kirk to upgrade B-Rob. B-Rob and Kirk for one slightly better player. To have MHJ, Kupp, Kyron, and Kyler, I don't even know how you did that in a 16-team league, bro. That's insane. That's absolutely, utterly insane. That's crazy, Nate. You did a great job on that. Fantastic. Nation with the $5 hauler, starting Tua, Kamara, Gibbs, Evans, Jettas, Kittle, Jacobs, benches, Love, Aaron Jones. I like getting rid of Aaron Jones while you still can. Aaron Jones and maybe Evans for a top 15 player. A top 15 player, doing it live. You probably want to go get a wide receiver. However, you could be rogue and throw Worthy into your wide receiver spot, and I don't mind that at all. So if Evans and Aaron Jones get you a wide receiver, I'm fine with it. If it gets you a running back, I'm fine with it too. But that's definitely my target, no doubt about it. Trade Connor and McLaurin for Achane, only if you like winning. I don't care if you have the backups or not. That's a smash for sure, and I see that you do. But 12-man PPR, Mahomes, Taylor, Jones, Puka, London, Ingram. Mahomes, Taylor, Aaron. I don't like Aaron Jones. Puka, London, Ingram. I like it. Deontay Johnson, I don't like. Javonte, I don't like. I love Javonte as a person and a player, but it's still in a situation. Ford, I like. Hopkins, no. I'm trading Deontay and Javonte and freaking Aaron Jones for just one player, man. If it's Jacobs, you're counting your blessings. Walker should be doable for Aaron Jones, Deontay Johnson, and Javonte. And I don't know if someone's going to take all those guys, but I would throw them all together. I'd be trying to grab myself a Jacobs, an ETN, a Walker. I would try and grab potentially I'd even take Kamara for Javonte. Aaron Jones or Javonte with Hopkins or with Deontay Johnson or both. But I wouldn't be picky about what I'm replacing because you kind of got to take what you can get in terms of that trade. Superfish with a $5 hauler. Smitty, could you please play our HN video drop? Here's some more spinach. Absolutely appreciate you.
HN is the man. His haters call him small.
But he is 9 feet tall.
HN is the man.
He's the man. He's the man. Okay, real quickly, let me get these caught up here. Superfish, appreciate you dropping that super chat. This is Pepperoni Tony. Wanted to add my bench from earlier. Super chat looks like Reed, Chase, McConkey. How should I upgrade Higgins? I mean, Higgins and Chase Brown or Higgins and Reed, but I think those guys got to gain value. I don't think this helps any. You just got to wait through week 1, I think, before you can upgrade Higgins. But I'm trying to get myself to turn Higgins into a Rice or a Tank Dell, personally. I would trade Higgins for Tank Dell straight up, but that's me. Not everybody would do that, and you could probably get that straight up. Honestly, I'd rather have Dell. Bobson, appreciate you with the $20 wad.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
That one, you don't get the full effect on video. That it's so powerful. It just shoots that. It goes straight to the camera. I almost need slow motion for it. 12-man PPR. Half PPR. Kyler, CD, Cup, McLaurin, Watson, BTJ, ETN, K9. It's a really good squad. I like the team a lot. I probably try and move Dobbins and Dowdle with maybe McLaurin, BT, or Watson for like one Jacobs, Cooper Cup type player. I know you got Cup already, so who would that be? I guess you could go for Neighbors in that situation. DK, Devontae Smith, Rashee Rice. Those are all the guys I would target with that particular situation. Thank you, pal. Bobson to Mars.
To Mars.
Steven with a $10 holler. Steven, appreciate you. Bobson, you could also go after, the Achane, Kyron, Jacobs, Pacheco's if you're trying to go for an RB and then even make another move. But that's the kind of value I'm looking for. $10 holler. 500 people in the building. 240 thumbs up. Smash the button. Slap the like button and then hit that subscribe. Non-PPR, Richardson, Pacheco, Mostert, CD, AJ Brown, McBride, Stevenson. I like this team. Should I trade Zach Moss and Myers for Kyron Williams? And look, let me put it this way. I think you're greedy for asking for Zay Flowers. If you're concocting this trade, you're absolutely ruining it if you're on the verge by even asking for Zay Flowers. If this is an offer sent to you, take a lap for not accepting it already. But you're not going to get... Like, how are you going to do? Should you trade Zach Moss and Myers for Kyron Williams and Zay Flowers? Like, Kyron Williams is so much more valuable than Zach Moss and Myers. Like, if you send this and this is not something that's been talked about or whatever, and you're just going to send this, you're going to offend somebody very greatly. Like, you can't even send Moss and Myers for Kyron straight up. So you pull that off, I quit my job and I come work for you, Steven. I'll tell you that right now. Adrian says, will MHJ go over 6.5 TDs? Yeah, and if he doesn't, I'm going to carry a 45-pound weight 1 mile. I'll try and walk or run a 45-pound plate for 1 mile. I said that on my live stream. If MHJ doesn't go over his higher, I'll be doing that. Donovan with a blank 499. Jay Johnson with a blank 199. You guys got to include the message in there. I'll go try and look for it later, but that just puts you way behind. You got to put it in there. Donovan, again, doing the same thing, 999. Donovan, let me go searching for it. Hold on a second. You got to put it in the message, Donovan. You got to do it live. Donovan. And some people say, well, I couldn't fit it all in. Well, the super chat opens up more room the bigger the super chat. So, like, yeah, that's the reason they do that. Can you play the JD5 AR5 crossing streams video? I'm also interested in sponsoring that video. Well, Donovan, that video is waiting for you because it doesn't have a sponsor yet. Only 2 sponsors per video will be on screen. And Donovan, this one's waiting for you. It's saying, Donovan, please help me. No one's taking care of me, Donovan.
There are 2 5s? JD5, AR5? There can't be.
Oh no. They're gonna cross streams.
Pick me, Donovan. Pick me. That's it's asking for you. It says, Donovan, I need you, pal. Donovan, thank you for dropping the super chats. You are the man, the myth, the legend. I still have to go try and find Jay Johnson's. I don't know. His is blank too. Jay Johnson, you got to include it, pal. All right, I'll go looking for it. Give me a second. Let me get through these super chats, Jay Johnson, and I'll come find you. This one's from, I don't know how you say your name. $5 hauler. My team's Kelsey, Henry, CMC, Kelsey, Henry, AJB, Diggs, Kelsey, Stroud, Swift, Browns, Tucker, Pickens, Coleman, Spears, Dobbins, Palmer, Judy, Chase Brown. 10-man. I like it. I think it's got some solid potential. I think, you know, you could leave it alone, to be honest with you. But I'd probably try and trade Diggs and Swift for a London, Diggs and Swift for a MHJ, Diggs and Swift for an HN Kyron, Barkley, ETN. I'd try and trade Diggs and Swift for something along those lines. Your quarterback is Stroud. I love that. I'm sticking with that. I like this team. That's where my I guess point of entry is, to try and change this team. Chase Brown I wait on. Coleman I wait on. Dobbins I would throw into those deals. Pickens, I could trade Pickens and Swift as well to do those things. That's a good, solid squad. Very solid squad. $4.99 hauler from Ryan. Appreciate you. Let's see here. 12-man PPR. Josh Allen, Jahmyr Gibbs, Mostert, Chase Brown, Jonathan Brooks, DK Metcalf, Garrett Wilson, and Olave. Kincaid rate my team. Josh Allen, Gibbs, and Mostert's great as long as you have Wright. I don't see Wright on here, so I don't know if you missed on that one. But that locks down your running back too, because that combo is a lock. Chase Brown's good though. Brooks is good. DK, Garrett Wilson, Olave is fantastic. Kincaid, I like this team a lot. Had you had Mostert, I'd give you an 8.0. I think without it, it's a 7.5. Or no, 7.8. I'm sorry, 7.8. You missed out on an 8.0 by not having Wright. And Donovan says, give me the sponsorship. He wants the sponsorship. Here you go.
There are 2 5s? KD5, AR5? There can't be.
Oh no. They're gonna cross streams. There you go. Top spot. Only 2 people per video, and you stay on there for the life of playing the video. Brian, thank you for your super chat. I think Brian said it does this every time. I don't know why it does this. It drives me nuts. I gotta re-enter the colors and fix everything. Hold on one second. Let me fix that. Let me put this as that color and fix it back to normal. There we go. I don't know why it does that. $10 hauler gets you a mother flippin' Mars shot, my man.
To Mars.
To Mars. Appreciate you, Brian. $10 hauler. Trying to upgrade my flex from Kirk. I don't blame you. Pittman owner is willing to do it straight up. I'd probably rather have Pittman. So I'm okay with that. Guys have Rice and Dell on my bench. Guys have Rice and Dell on my bench. I could offer Kirk and Ford or Shakir, Reed, and Dunze. I think I should make a move. I don't really understand what we're saying with some of that, but I would say like Rice and Dell on your bench, then I'm trying to trade like Kirk for I don't know, maybe I trade Pittman. I'd rather have Pittman, I think, but then maybe I flip Pittman for something else because I don't want Rice and Dell on my bench. Rice and Dell need to be in lineups, man. Especially Rice. I mean, especially Dell. I mean, go back and forth on that. But certainly I would do that trade, sure. But you got to try and make a move after that to get Rice or Dell or both in your lineup. Maybe you're going after a big monster, doing a Pittman and something bigger. What up, brother? It's time again. Love the Fantasy Football Show. Thank you. Appreciate you. 9th pick went Barkley, Kyron, Achan, whoa, London, Cup, AR5, Ridley, McLaurin, Chase, Brown, Deontay. As much as I want to say something bad about Deontay here or something like 8.5. Don't even need to do anything. Let it ride. Let's see what happens coming out of week 1. Let Deontay even maybe gain a little value or something. Jalen Warren gain a little value. Come in strong. Someone needs a quarterback. JD5. Your trade happens after week 1. Double R. Let that team cook. It's going to absolutely demolish. Rockout says, can I call in? Yeah, let me get through these real quick, Rockout, and then call in. Superfish says a little more time, 48 hours to kick off regular season. Here's some coffee for everybody. Appreciate you dropping a 5 wad for coffee. Superfish to the moon. Absolutely appreciate you, Superfish. Then we got this one from JC. JC, appreciate you. PPR 2 flex, 2 wide receiver. Jaden Daniels, Hall, Achan, Waddle, Neighbors, Devontae, Kincaid. Like the team a lot. Jonathan Brooks. Jonathan Brooks is a good trade piece. Hold on to Wright and Achan. Don't break them up. Hall, love it. JD5, love it. Kincaid, love it. Neighbors and Devontae, love it. Maybe you're waiting for Brooks and a gained value in Reed or JSN to trade Brooks away, or you just wait, or Chase Brown. Not much to do here. Very, very good team. I think you come out of the gate swinging pretty good, and you just let it ride for a little bit. Your opportunities for improvement are going to be off the backs of Jaden Reed, JSN, Chase Brown, and Brooks gaining value. Obviously, Brooks is out for 4 weeks, but that's the only opportunity. Otherwise, you're selling short. Don't do that. And Jay Johnson coming in with a super chat after I don't have to find it after all. Jay Johnson, appreciate you taking care of that. And Donovan, appreciate your $100 hauler. Rock out, I'm coming for you next, pal. Rock out, let me put you right there. Jay Johnson says 10-man league. Okay, 10-man league. PPR, Richardson, Barkley, Gibbs, Ayuk, Cup, Kelsey. Love it. Higgins, bench, Kyler Murray, Corum, Chase Brown. I like this team. I like this team a lot. Very tempted to maneuver out of either Higgins or you don't have to trade Ayuk, but I'm just not super high on Ayuk right now because of the holdout, and I just worry about injury. But like, I don't see an upgrade opportunity anywhere else, so it's like, what do you do? You know, you're waiting for Chase Brown to gain value, and I don't even know if you'll want to trade him once he gains value. But Chase Brown and Higgins, or maybe Hubbard. Maybe you go to the Jonathan Brooks owner, you give them Hubbard and Higgins for their slight upgrade, like a Rashee Rice or a DK or Devontae Smith type of player. And I'm smashing the hell out of that, Jay Johnson. Probably what I'd do. I'm keeping Barkley, keeping Diggs, keeping Kupp, Ayuk, and maybe even Hubbard for a slight wide receiver bump, and then you keep Higgins. Those are two moves I think that I would entertain, to be honest with you. This one here from Tyler, $10 hauler gets a Mars shot. Appreciate you, Tyler. To Mars, Tyler. Tyler lives on Mars. 12-team PPR. Took Chase at 6 yesterday. I mean, you kind of knew the situation, though, so you're really willing to risk it. You know, it's not like today we heard that much different. I mean, you were fine yesterday, so one day late on the video. Yeah, but I don't. Maybe it would have influenced you, but, you know, a lot of this we knew, you know. But there's still no time to panic. I got Kyler, Chase, Kupp, Waddle, Devontae Smith, Pacheco, Mostert, Warren. We got Wright. How bad did you do? I don't think you did bad, bro. I think the fact that you have Pacheco, Mostert, and Wright, you're good. Warren can gain some value. Benson can gain some value. Kupp is fantastic with Jamar Chase. Waddle's, you know, awesome. Devontae Smith's awesome. I like this team. I'm sitting on this Chase Brown, Warren, Benson value, and coming out of week 2 firing on some buy lows if the opportunities present themselves. I don't think I would sell Jamar Chase. I don't think anybody's going to buy him at the price unless he signs his deal and then people come knocking. Or he signs his deal and then you say, okay, he's back. I'm kind of interested in a 2-for-1. I need 2 guys, and see who comes to you. But I wouldn't go knocking. I'd let people come to you and create some sort of buzz for it. $10 hauler from Terrible. Terrible, appreciate you. Look for some buy lows or sell highs before Thursday. I got AR5, Bijan, Mixon, Kupp, DJ Moore. I'm trading DJ Moore and Mixon straight up for somebody. I'm trading Mixon and Devontae straight up for somebody. The DJ Moore Mixon should get you a Jacobs, a Pacheco, a Cooper Kupp, a Deebo Samuel. The Mixon and Devontae should get you a top 12 player. And if not, you wait. You hold. I think you could easily get an Achane, a Kyren, a Barkley for a Mixon and Devontae Adams. I really do, and I would do it because I don't believe in Mixon. I think I'd get rid of that value as soon as I can. I really like your team, though. I think Bijan and a player like Jacobs instead of Mixon would be fire. I don't know that... I think because you could throw Worthy or Ridley into your lineup, I'm fine with this type of thinking. And I don't think Mixon's all that is. I mean, he's got some value, but I would definitely send him packing. Try and get something in addition to that. You know, if you do those 2-for-1s, that way you're not getting like totally crushed. If let's say, you know, your one player gets hurt, it's good to have a 2-for-2 if possible. Rate my team. Any moves to make: Kyler, Hall, Monty, MHJ, Waddle, Devontae Smith, Kincaid, benches, Coleman. And real quickly, let me just say, Devontae Adams deserves some respect. I get that. Don't sell them low. If I'm rattling off names, and I might have some like misspoken verbiage when I'm speaking to like trade Mixon and Adams, and I read off a bunch of names. I'm not saying necessarily 2-for-1 in some of those cases. In some of them, yes, but in some of the cases where you're reaching only a little bit higher than Adams, like in the case of Jacobs or Pacheco, Adams is close to those guys. So you throw in a Mixon. And in some of those cases, you want to get a little bit back versus the 2-for-1 exactly. So understand there's a little bit of leeway with when I'm throwing the names out, that it's not always 2-for-1. This team is really good. MHJ, Waddle, Devontae Smith, Kincaid. I like the opportunity later on of maybe trading a Chase Brown or a Brian Thomas Jr., but you kind of got to wait on that. Let Monty score a touchdown in week 1, and I think he's going to have some more value. So for me, this is a hold team. It's a very good team. Is it a 8.1 or 8.5 or 8.0? Kind of a 7.5 to 7.8 variety until Monty steps up or Chase Brown steps up. But if you can ahead of time trade Monty, let's say in Waddle, for a St. Brown or top 12 overall player, a Jamar Chase, Monty and Waddle for Jamar Chase, and then you move Chase Brown into Monty's spot, I'll do that right now. Sign me up. Young, QB, Stroud, JD5, running back, Achane, Jacobs, Chase Brown, Warren, St. Brown, Kupp, Dell. Love the wide receivers. Wide receivers are off the hook. Achane and Jacobs off the hook. Chase Brown, amazing. Jalen Warren, amazing. JD5, love it. Stroud, love it. Hold it. 8.0. Take it into week 1. Let's reassess after that. Alec with the final super chat, and then I'll take Rockout's phone call. Rockout, you can dial in right now if you want. $10 hauler gets a Mars.
To Mars!
Shot, my guy. Thank you so much, Alec. Thank you all for the super chats. You guys are absolutely amazing. Sorry if it takes me a long time to get through those. 12-team PPR, Hurts, Kyron, Ford, A.J. Brown, Debo, Kincaid, Rice, Bench, Corum, Ridley. Really good team, Chase Brown. You're kind of in the same boat as a lot of other people. You got to kind of wait. Nor do I want you to trade Ford yet. I like starting Ford this week. I think your team is absolutely straight fire. I think having Ridley on the bench is kind of tough. So I'm tempted to trade Ford and Ridley right now. I'm tempted to trade maybe a... I'm not trading anything else. I love Rice. I'm trading Ford and Ridley, or Chase Brown and Ridley. Maybe Chase Brown and Ridley. I don't know. I think you need Chase Brown, Ridley, and Ford to all gain value. Those are really good players that I don't think people see coming to the extent that they're bringing it. So for me, Alec, I'm going to say hold. I'm going to say stand down.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
I think you trade those guys too early, you're not going to get the respect that they deserve. And Donovan dropping another $10 Mars shot after he just sponsored a video. Unbelievable. You're a monster. You're a monster. You hear me? You're an absolute straight savage, Parker. Straight savage. I'm timing out on the underdog draft. Let me go tight end here. Let me grab Jonu Smith. That one's for Superfish. Okay, rate my team. 12-man league, full PPR, and half point. Okay, per catch. Wow. AR5, Puka, Cup, HN, Kyron, Neighbors, Goddard, JD5, Deontay Johnson, K9, Jalen Wright, likely Yoshi Voss. Love the team. What are you going to do? How are you going to upgrade this team? Neighbors and K9 for like Chase? Neighbors and I don't even know if I'd do that with your team. It's so good. K9 and Deontay for Pacheco, Jacobs, Barkley, HN. You got HN. This team is unbelievable. I'm going to say the only thing I'm even tempted to upgrade is Neighbors into a little bit safer touchdown getter. And, that would include MHJ even. So would I trade Neighbors and I don't think I'd give K9 though. Neighbors and Deontay for MHJ, yes. Would I trade maybe K9 and Neighbors for Jamar Chase? Again, I think with this depth, I would consider that. St. Brown, those guys. But would I even go get a London for Neighbors and K9? No, that's too much. So very, very select few people I would go acquire using K9 and Neighbors. But the rest of this team is straight up fire. I don't think you need to make a pre-week 1 move. I think, who's your tight end? AR5, Puka, Kyron. This is a great team. Goddard. Okay, Goddard. Deontay and Goddard for Kyle Pitts and above. You could go K9 and Goddard for like a Laporta or maybe a Kelsey, Kincaid, McBride. I hate giving up K9, to be honest with you. I think he's going to have an unbelievable year, but if you get Laporta, it's worth it. So that would be where I probably take it. After thinking long and hard on it and overlooking the tight end upgrade, that's probably where I focus. Flex week 1, Worthy, Palmer, Chase Brown, or Jalen Warren. Give me Worthy this week, but I think Chase Brown's going to be somebody we regret not starting in these situations, but you could say the same damn thing about Worthy. Rock out, dial into the phone line. The phone line's open for you, pal. I don't know how long I'm going to be here doing phone calls, but...
Call into the show. Call into the show.
All right, let's hit the phone line real quickly. Rock out, you are live. What can I help you with, Rock out?
Hello?
What's up?
Yeah, can I give you my team? Well, I ended up going Lamb number 1.
Okay, Lamb, what'd you get at running back?
ETN.
Okay, it's good enough. That's good enough.
All right.
What
All right.
What wide receiver was there instead of ETN if you were to have gone Bijan? I'm just curious. What were the wide receivers that went after your pick?
Well, I got Debo as my number 2.
No. My question is, when you were on the clock, it doesn't matter. We don't need to reverse engineer it. So Debo's your third pick. Okay, so you got Lamb, Debo, ETN. Okay, go.
Quarterback Burrow. Second running back Kara.
You guys mute if you're not rock out, please, and I'll come to you in a second. I'm sorry. Who was your fourth pick?
My fourth pick. Let's see. DK.
Okay, I like your team. Who's your running back? So you got ETN. Who's your running back 2?
Kamara.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. I do wonder if you could have went Bijan. You know, like I wonder. ETN and Lamb and Bijan and Cup are pretty close, but I'm wondering what wide receivers were there. You know, did MHJ fall?
At the number 2 pick.
Yeah, like Bijan and MHJ. It's all pretty close.
Yep. And Cup, I believe.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good team. Good job, rock out.
And then I got Connor. I got Neighbors in the 7th round.
Oh wow.
And then I got Reed.
But see, that's why I'm so tempted to not go wide receiver, because like, look, you got Debo and Neighbors with your 3rd and 7th round picks, and I'm sure Dell was in round 6 or 7 or 8. So it's like, you know, huh?
Dell went early. He went like 3rd or 4th.
How did Neighbors fall that far though? That doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't know.
Jorge says, rate my team, AR5, CMC, HN, Nico, DK, Andrews. Very good team. Can flex can be Neighbors, Pickens, Ford. Love that team. I don't even trade a single thing, bro. Just ride it into week 1 and see what happens. It's easily an 8.0 minimum, Jorge. Freaking fantastic job. All right, Travis, you're live. Travis.
Yeah, I can give you my team quick too. We were actually in the same draft.
Okay, go ahead.
I got Mahomes at QB, Jefferson and Rashee Rice, Gibbs and Kenneth Walker, Kincaid.
Woo!
Then I got Monty to back up Gibbs, Brian Robinson, Worthy,
Watson. What is this, a 4-man league? Is this a league between you and Rockout only?
It's a 10-man league. It's like my home league with friends. There's like 3 or 4 that are like really into it, a couple casual. So it's the grandma league.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Ask Rockout.
Yeah. And man,
Veda's in it too.
That's a good team, bro. That's a good team.
Yeah, ultimately,
that team's just rock at it.
Remember, I was asking what I should do at pick 7, and we were talking about maybe take Gibbs or JT.
Yeah.
I ended up going JJ. Like I've never had JJ, so I said, screw it, go with JJ, and Gibbs came back to me.
That's great. Gibbs
I
fall. He doesn't fall like well past mid round 2, but he could definitely fall to the top of 2. It's great. All right, I'm gonna have to swing everybody off because I've got too many people on the phone line. Rock out or rock out or Travis, you guys anything else?
No, just wanted your input. I appreciate it.
Very good team. No offense, Rock Out, but Rock Out, you draft a lot of good teams. I'm always saying what a good draft you have. I think Travis might have got you. He did list off, I think, his entire team, though, so I heard it all, but he might have got you. That's a good team. Travis got Gibbs. Read your lineup again.
So my lineup is Mahomes, JJ, Rashee Rice, Gibbs, Kenneth Walker, Kincaid, Montgomery, Brian Robinson, Worthy,
all right.
Thomas.
And Rock Out, read your top 6 guys only. Really fast.
Burrow, Samuel, Etienne, Kamara, DK, Connor, and
That's pretty good. I'm going to give the edge to Travis by a touch. But that's the good teams, guys. All right, I'll see you later.
All right.
Later.
All right, later. Okay, let me go. Legend says, should I trade Debo for Kamara? It would be my running back one, have Mostert. Or, no, you're not going to trade Debo for Kamara. Kamara's like a round or two later. You got to get like a Kamara and Tank Dell for Debo or something like that. You know, or at least do a 2 for 2. Let's see. Everybody stay muted unless I'm calling on you. Let me go to James from the warehouse. Prepare. This might be loud. Go ahead, James from the warehouse.
How's it going? I super chatted.
James, I can't hear you, James. It's a little loud in the warehouse. Oh God! I blew the skateboard off of the. Oh my God! This thing. Oh God! Why don't we do it again? Oh God, I got glass all over me from this. All right, go ahead. How can I help you?
I super chatted my team earlier, and I think during the answer you got a little confused, I believe, by where I drafted my quarterbacks. I have Pat Mahomes, Stevenson, Ford, Lamb, London, Kincaid, Neighbors, and Cup starting. And I had JD5, AR5, Chase Brown on the bench. And I had asked if I should trade Mahomes. Now, I got AR5 and JD5 in the 10th and 11th round. Nobody was taking them, so that's the reason I scooped them up.
Okay, I got you.
So with this team, it's a little weak on running back, but do you think with wide receiver, like I'm starting all 4 wide receivers, do you think that, you know, those strong wide receivers should be good to just kind of stand pat for right now?
Yeah, I think so, but I mean, I would try my best to trade. Sorry, I'm cleaning up glass here. I would try to trade one of those QBs while you could always wait. You could wait for an injury. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to.
I mean, I figured Mahomes would be the only one that had any value because, like, if I picked up AR5 and JD5 in the 10th and 11th round and a 15th-round draft, I figured they'd have much value in the trade market.
Yeah, I hear you. Man, I don't know if I got glass all over. I really jacked up. I guess I don't realize how powerful this leaf blower is. I mean, I'm blowing a leaf blower inside the studio. I should know better than that, but I didn't think it would take things off the shelves that are at the ceiling. I have like shelves up in the ceiling. I'm surprised it didn't break my marker board. Good God. But yeah, bro, I would just say, in general, waiting on trading something like that is never a bad move because somebody's going to it's not like those quarterbacks are going to get devalued, but you certainly got a good enough team to ride it through week 1 and then play it by ear. I would say, is there any team that needs a quarterback bad enough that the AR5 is going to look good to them?
No.
Okay, so you just got to wait for an injury.
Okay.
But it's a good team.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right, later, bro. Jay from Tennessee. I'm sorry I got to rush you off the phone, Jay. I got glass all over me. Go ahead.
What's up, Smitty? Yeah, just real quick, I just want to say thanks for all your advice so far this year. I was in 4 leagues. I feel like I smashed them all because I did the tripod. And yeah, man, just wanted to say thanks for everything.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Thanks for calling in, and congrats on.
Yeah, man. Hope everything's okay there. With the leaf blower.
I mean, why did I think this wasn't gonna blow everything off of the shelves? I don't know. I mean, it's so powerful.
Man, you got some good ideas, man. I didn't think you could beat the drone, but the leaf blower with nothing but 100, that's straight fire.
Okay, so here, let's just test the power of this thing. Here's a remote. Okay, so it's gonna blow things off of that. I got glass in my arm somewhere. I could feel it. Let's see. Let's put a hat on. Let's put a hat on it. Let's see how high. I don't know. It's like it's powerful. I think it funnels the air and it gets stronger stream as it builds momentum. But like I didn't think it would be blowing things off the shelf because it barely. Let's take a stack of bills. It barely knocks it off. It doesn't seem like it's that strong, but it just must be the gigawatt funnel conversion that comes through the
yeah, man.
I don't know.
You make me laugh every show. It's fun.
All right. Hey, appreciate you. Thanks, Jay. We'll see you later.
Yeah, appreciate you. Have a good night.
All right, Mo from New York. You got 30 seconds. Go.
Yo, Smitty, so I did a super flex, right? I only picked one quarterback, which was a mistake, and I had a bad tight end. So what I did was, I know you like Bijan, but I got Laporta, ETN, and Goff for Bijan. What do you think of that?
Laporta, say it again.
Okay, Travis Etienne, Goff, and Laporta for Bijan.
My whole office is jacked up. I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to fix everything. Can you read it one more time?
Okay, so I got a trade for I traded Bijan.
Yeah, Bijan.
For Travis Etienne, Laporta, and Goff in a super flex because I only had one QB.
Goff. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I hate trading Bijan, but Laporta got who was your tight end? Who'd you come out with as the tight end from the draft?
Mustard.
I don't know. I like it. Who would have been your quarterback? Do you have somebody you're not telling me about, like Fields or?
I only had Stafford. I had nobody else but Stafford.
Okay, I mean, I guess it's solid. It makes sense. I don't know that I love it, but it makes sense. Yeah.
You think it's good value?
I think it's good value. Whenever you trade Bijan, it's like a kick to the nutsack. You know what I got to do though? Like you made a move. You did what you got to do. You did what you got to do. Okay, but I got to do what I got to do.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
Finish him.
All right, bro.
Call terminated.
It wasn't horrible value, but you trade Bijan, you get the wrath. Jason, 30 seconds, go.
Okay, I'm just looking for trade advice. I'm going to list off the team real quick, and I don't know what you were thinking with the blower situation.
Whatever. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, so pretty much I'm sitting with Dell and Mostert in the flex, and I have Worthy, I have Mahomes, so I'm looking at moving like Worthy and Mostert together for an upgrade. I'm trying to get A-Chain. What do you think about that?
Worthy and Mostert for Achane?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd take that in a heartbeat.
All right. It hasn't been sent yet, but I'm just trying to make a move early before the value goes too far up on Achane.
Yeah, it's going to go up. It's going to go up. Smash it, bro. Right. Smash it. All right. Smitty approved. Later.
Thanks.
All right. I gotta get these super chats off the board here and get out of here because I'm covered in glass. Okay, so AR5, trade AR5 and Ford for Stroud and Eckler. No. No. AR5 and Ford for Stroud and Eckler. I'm going to take AR5 and Ford, but I'm tempted to say, like, I like Stroud a lot more for steadiness. I do. I like AR5 a lot. I'm starting to like Stroud more than AR5. I like AR5 a lot, but I think they're both fantastic.
To the moon.
We've got
the Moon Man dropping loads.
He's on a shuttle to Mars.
We got
Mars Man.
Both of them on the Mars board, so this is not like some sort of like downgrade. Like, oh, it's Smitty.
Loads dropping and spinning aimlessly in space.
AR5 can be the number one overall fantasy quarterback. Okay, but at the same time, he's got more risk. Stroud's like steady Eddie top 5, and they're both Mars men. Did I cut my head? My head's stinging. I thought the whole building was coming down. It was like it was so weird. The walls were shaking. My camera got hit. The glass board, I'm surprised it didn't shatter. I wonder if it's weakened, though. You know, these things like out of nowhere. Like, we'll find out. My head's stinging, though, at the top of my head. I don't know. Rate my team, 12-team PPR from the 11th spot. Josh Allen, JT, Cook, A.J. Brown, Higgins, Kincaid, Johnson. Johnson? I think it's Johnson, not Johnson. Yeah, T-Law, Aaron Jones. I hate Aaron Jones. I hate Deontay Johnson. Not a huge James Cook fan. I don't love Higgins. Like, Flourish, it looks like he just opened the app for the first time and pulled up my channel, which I appreciate, and subscribe and hit that like button, Flourish. But I definitely not my cup of tea on some of these. But it doesn't mean you can't get out of it. It doesn't mean I'm right. So maybe you love Aaron Jones. But I personally would love to keep Josh Allen, JT, AJB, Kincaid, and I'm shopping everything else. I like Worthy too. So if I can trade Aaron Jones and Johnson for just a small upgrade, I'm talking like, and maybe it's not a small upgrade, but a Jacobs, Walker, Kupp, Debo, Devontae Smith type player. And then I try and do it again with James Cook. James Cook and maybe Odunze in a way. Gets you something solid. So, man, what did I feel like I smashed something. I heard other things crash and break, and I feel glass in my arm. I got glass in my head. What am I doing with my life? Soap Dog, $10. I can feel it in my arm.
Tumors.
I can feel the glass. It's like when you go in the attic and you got the fiberglass thing. I feel like I got that all over my arms. Smitty, the GOAT, rate my team, 12-team, Dynasty. Okay, Dynasty, Superflex. Love Allen, smash. Gibbs, Achane, Mostert, Najee, Warren, Dalvin, love it. Olave, Dell, Ayuk, very good team, bro. Very good team. McBride, absolutely smashed it. I don't even know if I touch this team right now. You need to let these guys go out there and ball, prove themselves. Olave, you're not going to get good dynasty trade value, at least what he's worth, because I think things will improve for him. Maybe Rattler's the guy. Who knows? Ayuk, I'd maybe be tempted to trade like Ayuk and Najee for one slightly better player and roll with Coleman, Dell, and Olave. Maybe that's what I look to do. Najee and Ayuk for one bigger, stronger, better monster. You know, like Chase, Jamar Chase, you know, doubted right now type of situation. Like that kind of thing. Stefan with a $4.99. Kyron Achane come to mind too. Doubted players. I had a rough draft, 12-man PPR, Kyler, Brees, Pacheco, Zamir, White, Chase Brown, Vidal, Kupp, Nico, Pickens, McBride, nothing trade-worthy. You didn't have like a horrible draft. Kupp and Nico and Pickens is pretty good. Brees Hall, Pacheco is good. Kyler is good. McBride's good. I disagree with you. I'd tell you if I hated your team. Your team's like a 7.8, 7, you know. Chase Brown gained some value. Zamir White gained some value. Nico and one of those guys for maybe a London instead of Nico, or maybe you like Nico better. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Pickens and Zamir White for a London. Pickens and Zamir White for a Jacobs Pacheco type player. I like this team a lot. Maybe you trade Zamir White and Kyler for a slight like Stroud upgrade. I like the team. I disagree with you. This one here, $10 hauler gets you a Mars shot.
Tumors.
You know, Doc Brown, you know, in Back to the Future made a lot of mistakes in his inventions and creations. You know, it's all part for the course. You know, a little glass never hurt nobody. 12-team PPR redraft. Why do you think I wear these safety goggles in the lab? I mean, it's only common sense. QB AR5, Brees, Achane, Chase Brown, Jonathan Brooks, Braylon Allen. We got MHJ, Devontae Smith, Dell. Love this squad. I'm going to give you a 7.8. I don't really see anything to move right now, to be honest with you, TJ. My brain's fried too, but I still can't come up with anything. I like it. I like all those players. What moves to make? Hurts, love it. Gibbs, Achane, MHJ, Devontae Smith, love it. Dell, love it. Higgins, movable. Don't hate him, but Higgins and Brooks for one guy, do it live. Let Ford gain value. Let Keon gain value. Maybe trade Devontae Smith and Higgins for one Jamar Chase monster, and then you got MHJ, Jamar Chase, and Dell. Those things go through mind, TJ. They go through my mind. And the last super chat of the evening and ending the show is Shoddy with the $5 hauler. 3 wide receivers, QB 6 points. AR5, Gibbs, Achane, St. Brown, Debo, Dell, McBride, Chase Brown. How are you going to improve this team? Najee and maybe AR5 for Mahomes, Josh Allen, Hurts. That's all I'm focusing on. The rest of this team, straight fire. Trade Mostert or Najee to get AR5 into a top 3 QB, and then I'm giving this team an 8.8, the highest score I've given. But until then, we'll put it at 8.2, 8.1, which is a still damn good team. It means it can win the league if 1 or 2 things go right, or even if just one of your players does well. Love the squad. Appreciate all of you. You guys absolutely rock. Don't forget to get on over to Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty, and use that link that's pinned in the live chat, the link that's in the description of the video. Code Smitty gets it done as well. They'll match your first deposit 50%, and they'll give you this free pick if you use the link in the description, the link that's pinned in the live chat. Code Smitty also does the same thing. They'll give you the free pick. Travis Kelce, all he's got to do is get 1 yard. It's 0.5 total yards, 1 yard free pick in your account. You also get 50% match of your first deposit up to $1,000. So you do a $2,000 deposit, they give you $1,000. If you do the minimum of $10, they'll give you $5. And you can partake in this if it's in your state. These hires on the season, they definitely have champions for everybody, pick'ems for everybody. That but the season long ones are fire. Bijan 7.5 higher, Barkley 7.5 touchdowns higher. Pacheco 6.5 touchdowns higher. Breece Hall 7.5 higher. Kyron 975 yards higher. Jahmyr Gibbs 900 yards higher. Devon Achane 7.5. We did the wide receivers the other night. I did that show. That's all right here. These are straight fire as well. MHJ 6.5. I said that if MHJ doesn't beat this higher, I will carry a 45-pound plate live on a live stream for a mile. I have this orange 45-pound plates here. I'll carry it a mile. All right, so go do those higher lows on Underdog. Last 2 super chats, and I'm out of here. Thoughts on my lineup? Love AJB, Chase, Kelce, Tank Dell, Kenneth Walker, Javonte. I like it. I like it a lot. It's really good. AJ Brown, Chase, and Kelce's very solid. Kenneth Walker. I'm trying to upgrade Javonte if I can. I love Javonte. I know you got a Denver logo there in your avatar, but I'm trying to get rid of Javonte if I can, or at least try and find a safer avenue. I'm rooting for him, but I can't trust him just because he's tied to this running back by committee that's got three running backs and a coach that told us he will not be honest with his usage on Javonte. He told us that straight up. He's like, I wouldn't believe what I say. Would you trade Achane for ETN straight up? Achane is quietly in my top 12, so no, I would not. Achane's going to the mother flipping moon, bro. So the answer is no. And Ethan with the final super chat, and then I'm out of here. 35 best ball in 20 leagues. I have Keon Coleman in all but 2. Can I get a Keon Coleman video drop on the way out the door? We're doing Keon Coleman and Achane out the door. Here we go. Appreciate you all. And don't forget, and thank you to the super chatters tonight, especially the gentleman that took the ownership, Donovan, of the sponsorship spot. One of the 2, that one's still available on the Crossing Streams JD5. So let's hit the Keon Coleman, the JD5, and the Achane to get out the door. And I forgot Ethan is the one that actually is the sponsor of this. I totally forgot. Ethan, I'm sorry. This is Ethan's video. This is Ethan's video.
There are 2 5s? JD5? AR5? There can't be.
Oh no. They're gonna cross streams.
A-Chan. A-Chan is the man. His haters call him small.
But he is 9 feet tall.
Is the man with the master plan. Scoring touchdowns when he can.
A-Chan is the man.
There are handfuls of Saturn, Mars, and Moon men, but only 8 can be supernovas. I give you the 8 best picks in fantasy football.
They are the 8 supernovas. They are the 8 supernovas. The hateful 8 supernovas. I'm looking at the 8 supernovas. The magnificent 8.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for the super chats, all the support. Please like the video on the way out the door. Slap it. Slap the like. And please, please, please subscribe if you're new. It helps the channel. And, it also allows you to know when we're going live. And so please hit that subscribe button. Appreciate every single one of you. See you. I don't know if we're going to go live tonight. Hit that link in the description as well. And the link, the Underdog link, so you can play Underdog. I don't know if I'm going to go live tonight on it. So appreciate you all. See you all later tomorrow, or unless news breaks, because I'm live whenever news breaks, regardless of anything. Appreciate you. Deuces.